Potentially, we are live.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Oh, I'm just got
Hello.
a message that Twitch doesn't like the title I put to this stream.
What'd you
I
make the
guess
title?
I assume it's probably because of the term bastard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
They probably don't know that it's a weapon.
a bastard sword. Yeah. Well, fuck Twitch.
Sorry, Twitch. You'll have to watch nudity instead.
Yes, exactly. Like, God forbid you can see the word bastard. Oh no, and now I said twice or 3 times, right? So welcome, Phil.
Thank you. It's good. It's good to see you again on stream.
Yes.
Back
So I've been
again.
yeah, big change, eh? Now you're done with school.
I'm done with school. I have a job lined up
Oh
in a
really?
totally open summer.
Oh, that didn't take too long having a job lineup.
Well, I'm going back to where I was working before. So
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Oh yeah, you said that you said in stream. It's true in your stream on Rumble.
yeah,
It
I'm
was a great
curious to hear
stream, by
what.
the way.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'm curious to hear what you think about my ideas, but that's not what this stream's about.
I will definitely want to talk to you about those at some point. I think that's gonna be like
Yeah.
great conversation. I have some like I was interested in what you had to say. I have some idea about it. I have some thought, obviously.
Thoughts?
Yeah.
Good.
So I'll definitely want to talk to you about it. But like people should go watch on Rumble,
Yeah.
Feel the Thrills
Oh,
stream.
before you guys all run over there, I'm not streaming it on Rumble.
Yeah.
I know you guys were all jumping over to Rumble, but you have a
It was up to you.
Rumble. I just realized that you have a Rumble.
Yes. I like
I've
sometimes
seen.
those shorter video I put there.
Yeah.
Like the shorter video I make, I try to put there, but I'm bad at it because then I have to like download them from YouTube and upload them there, right? And it's just a bit of pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And streaming directly from Rumble, I don't know, I just find it annoying because you have to get the key and so like the
It's like
process is not streamlined enough for me.
6 times harder than anywhere else for some reason.
Yeah. Even uploading a video, it's like there's like 3 steps too many. It's like,
and for some reason, if you do it in the wrong order, you have to like start over and do it all over again. It's like, I'm picking my thumbnail first, and then I'm gonna pick this. It's like, oh well, then what thumbnail do you want? It's like, oh, the same one I uploaded. Which one is that?
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of friction, right? I want to use the service, stuff like that, but they put a lot of friction to it.
Yeah,
is what it is. At some point, like YouTube's gonna kill my channel, I assume. This one shouldn't be too bad.
So for the folks at home, the StreamYard has increased in price or whatever and decreased in features.
Yeah. Well, it's like, yeah, basically.
Call it shrinkflation in America.
Yeah.
And so I was wondering if I could like use genuine like camera and stuff. I don't know. Can you get like a fake background just with the camera input, or do you have to go through OBS for that? I don't know.
You would have to use some kind of like software.
Yeah, but I was thinking like use my camera and mic as inputs for StreamYard, and then capture this window on OBS to then stream it into Rumble. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Maybe.
I guess that you probably can do some shenanigan like that. Yeah. Hello, Distel. Hello, Daryl. So, what the stream is about tonight, now that we have some people that showed up, right? And it's mostly like, to be fair, it's like mostly I wanted to run Phil through the character creation of Bastard Sword, which is not done, but now I have like a path with a few options that you can go from to create a complete character, right? So I need to expand with more options. And yes, the Desert Goblin are not in yet.
I knew it.
But now you can do like a few human that come from cities, right? That were born in cities, right? Like I'm working on the village and wilderness but that's not in document right now. It's not done yet. But
Exciting.
and I wanted to get your feel of the process, right? So
Yeah.
should we get to it?
We should get to it.
Should I not like that? Was it
Not
like
like
that?
this.
Should I present like that?
As long as my face is visible, I'm happy. I'm
It
sure.
is.
That's
So and like you see, there's gonna be a lot of like to do mention like this one, right? Because like, and I didn't do like all the blurb and all
is that French for something?
It's to
lazy.
No, it's something that is to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, normally I capitalize the D as well.
Yeah.
But like then I can just like Control F in my document and find like those section, and then when I want to work on something, I can just like look on the section and yeah. Should I put the link in the chat for people that want to follow at home? If you want to look at this,
that's your call, brother.
I'll put it there.
I wanted to download it. I don't know how to download things anymore, I guess.
It's a website.
So you can't download it?
You can. You have to do a save website kind of thing. It's a bit annoying.
Oof.
Yeah. It's not a PDF.
Yeah.
It's like a HTML thing. So, and then I didn't write like the directive. So if you try to follow at home, right? Like I didn't write this, what you need to do on each step, right? So now I'm with Phil here, so I can explain. That's after I'm done Village and Wilderness, I'm gonna go on that, and then we can go like churn a few different character and see if the feel is right. But the first thing that we need to pick, and this is a choice made by the GM normally, right? Or in session 0, you can make with the people, right? But the first thing to pick is the setting and theme, and the setting and the premise, right?
Okay.
And this is the kind of game.
Are we gonna pick it together?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Like as you see, a lot of them are not done, right? They're just like placeholder.
Oh, so this is like a map to do it. It's not just like that sort of when you see in other books where it's like step 1 is come up with a really good concept for your character, and then it just says it could be anything and kind of describes what the fuck.
No, it could be anything, but I gave you like some example as well, and you do gain like you do gain
it has a mechanical
scale, right?
effect.
Yeah, it has a mechanical effect, so that's gonna help your character function. Like because if you do like if you were to pick like a maritime adventure, for example, well then you're gonna have like some skill that's gonna be useful on a boat or in boat stuff, right? So even though if you have nothing else that you pick that would give you those skill, at least you're gonna have like something there, right?
This is kind of reminds me of, and I know you will probably say this a lot, but the Traveler. At the end of after everyone's made their character, you get to like choose what your ship is or what your mission is or whatever.
Yeah,
and you get to kind of share.
Yeah, it's similar to that, but like for me, like it's in the beginning.
Start, yeah, smart. Okay, so a disaster is one of them.
Yes, like disaster is like if you have like something's happening, like at the example I gave, like never ending winter, or there's a plague, or there's a deluge, or there's a curse land. It's like a kind of premise you want to explore in the game, right? What is the game's about? Like, so there's this huge thing like exploration and expansion is one, right? Oh, we're gonna do like if you want to do like the X crawl, like a thing like that, we're gonna push in the wilderness, stuff like that. Well, then you can pick that, and then you have a different expression of it. Crossing the desert.
It's there, people. Okay.
It's there, but it's not expanded upon.
I'm not doing that. I'm not trying to cross desert. I'm trying to live there. So, as a desert goblin.
But if the campaign, like you could do that, right? The campaign was about crossing the desert, right? You could just be like an inhabitant of there, right? Just like maybe they pick you up on the way.
Yeah. Oh, so I like that there's a lot of little sub tiers as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So maritime adventure is one, social conflict. So if you want to do like, oh, there's a period of anarchy, right? That's what that's what
Yeah.
we try to explore now. Or it's going to be a Throne and Dagger, right? So a lot of like political stuff and intrigue.
I didn't know that was the name of a genre, but I think that's a great genre name. Throne and Dagger.
I think I made it up.
Solid.
Yeah.
It's like Game of Thrones, but teethier,
Yeah.
Is
Violent
that what-
time. So if you want to play the barbarian, or
Nice.
you're just like, there's invader coming in. So like different kind of like, and I try to be them to be broad enough
Mhm.
that you can find something that fit the concept of the campaign you have. Because I assume that you could look at the list and say, oh, let's do that. That's
Yeah.
that's not interesting. But you can also like come with your own premise and say, that would probably fit in that category. Let's use that one, right?
Of course.
For a start.
It's all models. So scroll up to because it's one of the top two, disaster or that exploration one. I
Exploration.
think those appealed to me the most.
Yeah, disaster I didn't explain a lot.
Mm-hmm. What's a
Just did, like,
deluge? What does that mean?
a flood. It's
Okay.
another word for flood.
Oh, let's do that. Sounds cool.
Well, it's not like it's not expended.
Oh,
That's part of those that are
it's
like
a
I
to-do
didn't
over
write
there,
down.
as the French
exactly.
say.
Yeah, a to do.
Yeah. All right, so let's scroll down to
My ear trumpet
exploration.
say, how do I get a night patch which seals away the demonic power inside of me? You can get a night patch that's gonna be at the end,
That's a good question.
but it won't seal the demonic power inside of you, because like that's something that should happen
Yeah.
in play, right? That's too big for a beginning character. Arun said, "So just got air. How do I get green air and bonus point to securing waifu plus my demon energy tragic backstory so I can use my demon in Arnold mid break?" You're
That's
pushing
later.
too far in the
Probably later.
yeah. We're making like a beginning character here, right?
But
Just
I
like,
am making that character now. So
yeah. Hi everyone.
you're
Hello
aware.
Angar. Yeah.
Did you expand on reaching the top of the world? Because that sounds pretty dope. Oh, you
Oh, no. I didn't.
All right. Let's do past maritime.
Yeah.
I know it's exciting, but let's just do Throne and Dagger.
Throne
I
and
liked
Dagger.
it so
All right.
much.
All right. So if you look in the, I don't know if you're gonna use the worksheet I sent you.
I have a worksheet. I'm using it.
Yeah. Okay. You see in the bottom of the worksheet, you like I left some room when you can like note the choice you made if you want.
Okay, so I am going to take
Yeah.
the
No,
two of
you
these skills at the
Yeah.
top under social conflicts. I want you guys to know what I'm doing. If you want to follow
Yes.
along for the folks at home, I'm taking a detect motive, 100%.
Yeah.
So it's an influence skill. Add a 3 to that. Boom.
That's
wait.
the criminal underworld. Is that like Conman in hell? It's not in hell. It's just basically like you're playing a criminal game, right? You're gonna play like you're gonna be in gang, you're gonna be like guild of assassin or thief guild, so stuff like that. The underworld, like it's not like a literal underworld.
And I'm gonna take I think it's important to know how to dance. So I'm gonna take that as well.
Yeah.
+3.
Yeah. So like that's the first yeah, exactly. Like just
I'm
so
in a
people see the
ballroom,
role.
I'm dancing around, and I'm noticing who's got the poison. That's what I'm into.
Yeah.
All right, so we go down to Throne and Dagger, and I get each of those as well.
Yes. Yes. So you're gonna get
Another
more
detect
motive.
motive. Okay,
Yes.
now this is Excel, so should
Yeah,
I
you
put
have
my
to.
equals?
You what?
I could add 3 and 3 together myself, but what would
Yes,
be the
that's what you're
point of
supposed
that?
to do. What you
In
gonna do?
Excel.
That'd be like a somebody that's not a master in accounting would do that.
Yeah. We don't trust our brains to do math and accounting. All right, so that's detective motive. And then persuasion influence. Let's throw 3 in that boy. And then any intrigue. Okay. Oof. I'm already dancing. We may as well grab that etiquette now.
Yeah.
Statecraft intrigue. Okay, good. Oh, I could have doubled up on that maybe, but whatever. I got 3. Any knowledge. Okay, farming, folklore, geography, history, linguistic, or religion. Let's get some geography. It's important to know where the killers are from. And then resist poison is a toughness. Not only can I spot the poisons, I can drink them. Should need be.
Oh,
Okay.
and also like I need to say like you know, like some option gonna have a cost, like the setting doesn't, but some option are gonna have a cost. You have 24 background point to start.
Have I
You can
spent
go.
any?
No, you haven't spent any yet.
Okay. You said
can
some of
go
that.
over.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you can go over.
Yeah.
But then at the end you have to take like scar and traumas to
Okay.
compensate.
Oh,
which
these are
in-
the special snowflake points you mentioned before.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, Crispy. I'm showcasing my
I'm
the
the
new.
first. This is the first. Well, I guess second because Max said he did one already, but
Well,
he
I
doesn't
made
count.
more than one. I made more than
He doesn't
one.
count.
Yeah.
He doesn't count. All right.
Testing the system.
He basically
All right.
cheated when he made his. So.
Yeah. So Origin, unfortunately, I only did like the city. So you would have to come from a city.
Perfect.
But that works for Throne and Dagger as well.
Of course.
So you see, like here, the cost is based on premise.
It's a common cost for me.
Yes.
Because I am a social. Is that what it was? I forgot what it was called.
It's social conflict.
Social conflict, yeah.
Yeah, but like since it's not this one, it's not this one, it's not this one, so any remaining one is gonna be common, right?
Mhm.
So now in the Origin, you can put city, you can list the cost as 0. And
is that have a spot? Is there a field for that or something?
Yes, after like there's a column after the.
I should have filled in setting.
Yeah, after the those in the worksheet there's a column.
Is this Origin I'm in now?
Yes.
Okay. So city is the Origin.
Yes. And you see, like I did put a formula that sum up the total of points you spent so far at the bottom. So I did use Excel as it should.
Oh, good.
Power user.
Power users. Hell yeah. All right, good. All right, and then so I'm just going to go ahead and grab these attribute XPs here.
Yes.
+5 persona.
Yeah. Everything is going to stay in the XP until the end, and then we're going to convert, like once the whole character is done, we're going to convert everything in rank, and then everything in we're going to convert the family rank.
Is my Excel sheet going to do that on its own?
No.
Okay. All right, devious and cunning. Those are my virtues. That's the same virtue. Okay, so
yes, the same virtue. I just listed as one word just for brevity in the worksheet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a place to note the trait on the worksheet that you have. It's after the skill.
I see the virtues. I just don't see devious. Oh, honesty.
Yeah, I think I said cunning.
You said devious, actually.
I said devious. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
+1. Okay, and then urbanite. Okay, where do these traits go? Probably somewhere.
I didn't make a place for them in the on the worksheet. There is a place for them on the character sheet, but for now we can just ignore them. Okay. But those are the kind of those are, and I might cut them, but those are the kind of idea that I had. Like, so now like when you do like wisdom skill base in the city, you receive a bonus dice.
Yeah.
And you have a malus when you're outside the city.
I think you should always, like, every character always comes out with like 3 of those. I think that's like the butter zone.
That's
I don't know how many you had set up now, but
yeah,
3 might be too much, might be too little. I don't know. But something like that, where like at the end, everyone like, okay, well, you should have 3 traits also, and that's like a way to check.
That's an interesting way to see it. Maybe I'll think about it. That's well, I'll think about it.
Think about it.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Hey, don't put yourself out.
Devious a virtue. Well, that's why it's like devious / cunning, right? cunning. It's good to be cunning. It's a virtue.
People can say devious is a virtue. Yeah, it's a virtue to the French. Yeah, there you go. And those are the people I'm referring to.
Yeah.
All right, so
And then you
here
get
we
those
are.
skill, 3 XP to each of those skill,
I
and then
get
you can
all-
distribute freely 6 XP to them. So you have some choice here.
I feel like the min-maxer in me wants to know how much XP I should be putting in these things. You know what I mean?
Oh, if you look on the worksheet,
Mhm.
you'll see like the level, like there's a little table on the just on the right.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's like if you have like 3 XP is gonna put you to rank 1,
So
6 gonna put you to rank 9, 8.
Some factor, not factor, multiple of 3.
Well, it's factorial.
Yeah.
They're factorial of 3, basically. I think that's the word.
I don't know. All right,
Yeah.
so appraise acumen. Let's do it. Let's get one of those. It's a 3-bagger. Detect a motive. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it's happening.
You're gonna be very good at reading people.
I'm at 9 XP on that, just so you're aware. What about
yeah.
insult?
You can get high. I assume you're gonna have like some skill that are gonna be like 32 XP at the end.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Better
Like
get to work.
you're gonna end up with a competent character.
Yeah.
The character, like they don't have like those mythical level, but they end up being competent characters.
Yeah, I'm getting this just for being from a city. It's not
Mhm.
like training or anything. Just XPs, just
Yeah.
lived in XP. Okay, and then ego, resilience. Okay, and then I get to throw 6 in.
Yes.
All right.
You can divide them, or you can just put the 6 in all one skill. So you could
You know
like
what? I'm just gonna dump
each one by one.
I'm gonna dump 6 into linguistic because I feel like that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking multiple languages.
Just to make sure I have a lot in that. Because I think I'm gonna pick up some more detect motive as we go here.
Probably. So now for the city you have to pick 2 feature.
Okay. So it is 2 of these red names, either artistic center or northern. Okay. And you typically let your players pick this, or is this like a session 0 agreed upon?
No, because that's the city you come from.
Oh yeah. It's not
necessarily like it's like that's where you grew up, that's where you were raised and stuff, like born or raised, like whatever it's it's not like super clear. It can be where you're born, or maybe you were born somewhere else, but that's where you're raised. That's the place that is significant to your character, that molded you, right, to the person you become. Like that's basically like where you spend your formative year.
Where are you from? I got you scroll down a little bit.
That's how we could say it. Yeah.
I would like you to say it in 5 different ways where you're from.
So you get cosmopolitan, northern, overcrowded, crime-ridden.
I like this crime-ridden. Oh, desert.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, desert.
Yeah, desert. Port.
Shit.
Fortified.
I just heard a sitar in my head.
You get to pick 2, so you can like.
I know. I could take desert and
desert twice.
Desert.
Let's
just pick desert, obviously. Yeah. And let's go. What was the cosmopolitan desert? That sounds dope.
Okay. So I'll go up there. Cosmopolitan here.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and obviously, like you could try to pick them based on the skill you get and stuff like that. If you really try to min-max stuff like that, you could do that. It'd be like much more time consuming.
I feel like picking what I think my character would have just will hopefully, if the design is great.
Yeah, thank you for the $5 Maya Trumpet.
Thanks, my ear trumpet.
I hope you had a good lunch, and thank you, and see you next time.
I'll find that eye patch.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Desert. Yeah.
And
so, yeah.
You put desert in my dessert. All right. And then here is 4. Thanks for laughing at that. That was pretty dumb. Okay, and then sacrilegious or skeptic. Uh-oh. I'm a heathen.
Yeah.
All right. Just a little bit. I mean, cosmopolitans are heathens. All right, then.
Well, when you are in those diverse environment, right? Like with all
course,
the
it's
people
so
for different
diverse.
faith. Yeah, exactly. Make you question.
Yeah, I mean, is anything true? Probably
Exactly.
not. Probably not.
Some people believe this, some people believe that. So
This stream is just it has taken a sudden turn about the perils of diversity. All right, detect motive is a influence. Boom. That's already at 9 people. Guess what? It's at 12 now.
Yep.
And then insult. Okay.
more linguistic.
And then she said, "Do you have any water?" I said, insult. I don't know. I was trying to think like a good desert insult. I failed.
Oh,
All right, linguistics, knowledge. Boom. Good. I'm glad I'm getting more linguistics already. That's also a 12 now. Brawling. Ooh. That's interesting. I didn't expect to see that in Cosmopolitan.
no?
No.
A little of tension.
Yeah. Resist poison, number 2. Let's go. I like that. Okay, and then let's go to desert.
And you can also like spread
Oh,
the 6
yeah.
in those. Arun is say like I feel like normally player would ask to detect motive all the time. The way like I recommend to do it, I haven't read in the book yet, but like me telling you now, like it's like you if you describe that you pay attention as a player, like you just describe in character that you're paying attention to his the mannerism of the character or his inflection, stuff like that, right? You make it understood to the GM that you're trying that. You make your role publicly. The GM gets what you're doing, and then the GM is gonna give more detail about the mannerism or about like, oh, there's a pearl of sweat dripping from his forehead. Like, he's gonna telegraph the answer based upon make it more or a little lesser. Like, is there's a little trouble in his voice when he's talking, right? He's stumbling upon his word, right? He's gonna add more flavor, more narration. That's how I would do it. But yeah, so you don't just
every time
I want to detect motive.
every time you say something like that, it's like there's a little trouble. There's oh well, and I detect motive. It's like, yeah, but I already.
But that's why like I would say like say something that your character does to express that you're trying to pay attention to those things.
Right.
Make your role. Right. I'm a big fan of like just make the role and the GM would pick up on it and say,
me too.
Right. And then give you like a
show the dessert.
Did you choose your
Oh, I dumped it into Brawl. I'm min-maxing it a little bit.
That's okay.
I'm a capable man when I'm on the dance floor.
Yeah. Or
the bedroom. Is that what we're saying right now? I don't know.
Well, I don't brawl. Well, that's not true, but most people don't brawl in the bedroom.
Putting you in a hold. All right, erudition +5. That's a 9er now. Let's get it. Constitution +2. Disciplined and insensitive.
Yeah.
Love that.
You have to be disciplined in the desert, right? Resourceful scare.
Yeah.
Scarce. Yeah. The flamingo says if player try to detect motive too often, the motive should always start that he thinks you're being you're a dick.
That's interesting. That's interesting. What should I do with that? All right, appraise acumen. Boom, that's over here. My friend. That's what I say. I say my friend a lot. Oh. And then poetry arts. If only it was dancing. But it's good to be well-versed.
Yeah.
Occult intrigue. Interesting. Of course, occult intrigue. And then religion knowledge. Boom, 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 boom. It's gonna be a 3-bagger. Alchemy.
I tried like those skills to be a kind of like to a bit tell a story in the same time, right? Like without me telling you exactly what those desert city are about, right? I'm trying to infer something, right?
Yeah.
I said, oh,
That they do stuff.
yeah.
There's a
You can
market
make your,
culture. They like to tell tales. There's a bit of a seedy side of it all. Like it. All right.
and you also get the
Very,
6
very
points.
cultured. All right, so we're going to take with that one, with that sixer. I'm enjoying just dumping.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and grab that alchemy so we can make a little poisons ourselves. So alchemy science.
Hello, Cody.
Code. Is alchemy how you make poisons?
Yes,
Okay.
among other things.
Like gold out of lead. Or
Well,
is that-
that's hogwash. You can try, but
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, we got it.
All right. So that's, you got your origin now.
I'm a human man.
Well, race, yes, you're gonna have to be a human because I didn't do the other one. Like before I expanded too many options, I wanted to have like this full path and test that it worked with a few character, right? So
Is High Man the only one you have as well?
yes.
Okay.
Yes. I-Man is just the regular human. The other human, the half-men, they're like basically like dwarf and hobbits, right?
Okay,
But
so
they're all considered human. So
I
I-Man
am
is like,
paying 3 because it is an uncommon.
yes.
Right. Okay, so I have to pay 3 of my.
Yes.
Sorry, I heard a weird noise. All right, so background points. I'll put a 3 here, I guess. Okay. Agility. Oh, now we're getting some real attributes.
Oh yeah, like the I-Man. Well, you add 9 to every. You add 9 experience to every skill because like that's basically like your baseline for the race, right?
Oh my god.
So you're gonna add 9 to
Yeah,
each.
stop looking to the left. It's killing me. I'll move it over here.
Oh.
I'm dying from that. Okay.
Because if you were playing like a different race, some attribute would be like higher, like, and some would be lower, right? Just like, so this is where you get like your basic human shit. Well, add 9 experience to every attribute because you're the average, kind of like amongst which everyone else compare, right?
Of course. But of course. Erudition, did I do it yet? Do I really have 18? I think I have 18. 14. 14. Okay. Check. And plus 6.
You can add 6 wherever you want. So you can add
Okay.
1, 2.
I don't really remember. There's no like skill breakdown here because it's like 2 of them, right?
Yes.
Okay. But if I just kind of know what these are.
Oh, if you want to see, do you want me to? I can show the.
Yeah. Why don't you just describe what the attributes are again for the folks at home.
The attributes.
Yeah.
Agility, constitution, strength, erudition, personal wisdom. What do you want to? I'm not sure what you want to know.
I guess the difference between, agility, constitution, strength. What?
Yeah.
I'm just checking. What is erudition?
Erudition is like it's how much stuff you know. It's the stuff that you need to learn, right? The difference between like wisdom is like stuff you can intuit.
Okay.
But erudition, you need to be taught, right? You know, like you can come to some conclusion about some stuff in the world, but there's something like history, right? It's going to be based on erudition because you cannot just like deduce a date, right? You get what I mean? It's something you need to be taught.
Got it.
Yeah. So this is what erudition is. Personalized kind of charisma, but it's like wider than charisma. It's your social skill basically. So it's your character strength and stuff like that.
Okay. And then wisdom is intuiting. like you said. Okay.
Yeah.
It's definitely between persona and wisdom. I like the idea of being more wise, though.
And I have
guess
the character sheet
I can
on
split
now,
it.
like so if you want to see like kind of like quickly, like if there's a skill you want to see which skill it is, which attribute it is linked
Yeah.
to. So
Detect motive, persona, and wisdom. Okay, great.
yeah.
All right, and then is brawling. No, that doesn't do anything. Statecraft, persona, wisdom. Okay. It's a lot of persona and wisdom in the skills
Yep.
I'm interested in.
Mhm.
I guess I zeroed in on the right ones. All right, I think I'm just going to go ahead and put. I'm just going to dump it in persona.
Arun say, can you roll a charisma check on lifting a heavy rock by convincing the local guy to lift it for you? That would be like a persuasion check. And yes, it's based on persona.
I went ahead and dumped it in wisdom.
Right. You made your choice?
I did.
All right. It's back here then.
Okay.
This is thing that we need to some of them like your size medium, right? Then just give you some idea. You're gonna start at 16.
I'm more devious.
Yeah.
I just skipped on that.
Yeah, 12 steps per round is something also you have to note, but like we can ignore it for now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's our second trait.
Yes. I'm not super satisfied with this one. I might cut it. I might change it. I wanted to have something that I think it's a bit too complex. I need to fiddle with it a bit more.
Let me see if I can explain it to you. When gaining a first experience point in a skill family, no skills in the family must have any ranks or experience. Add a second experience points to any skill in the same family. Okay, so that is basically as soon as you have leveled the family, you get this perk. And then if you put an XP, you get a second XP in that same family. A different skill though.
Oh, it's like the first time you get an experience in one skill in a skill family,
mm-hmm.
you get an extra experience point in a different skill.
Okay. So even if but don't you like lose all the XP when you raise the family?
Yeah, that's why it say like the no skill in the family must have any rank or experience.
Okay. Even the family. Do the family
even the family, yeah.
Okay.
That includes the family.
Yeah, it was complicated. I didn't understand.
Yeah, it is a bit complicated, like, but it's kind of like the tone. It's like something like that I want to go towards for the humans, but I need to find something that is a little more cleaner. I'm gonna come back to work on that. It's Canadian kilogram and that's yes, it's a metric game.
I'm confused. I'm sorry. All right. Why aren't you measuring things by the length of my feet?
Of somebody else's feet.
I just use my own. Just to fuck with everybody. All right. So skills.
Size 12.
I'm getting each of these boys. I'm not.
No.
I'm an 11. I'm an 11.
Same.
Logic acumen. Dude, we could share shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have a Canadian 11. Whatever the hell that is. Persuasion influence. Linguistics knowledge. Here we go, baby.
Arun say, like, if you roll a swim in a session, are you forced to do more swimming stuff? Why are you forced to do some more swimming stuff? You're not forced.
Get in the water.
Yeah. You can. Yeah. You can do more. You can swim or you can not swim. That's your choice.
Hey, guess what? Guess what, Arun? There's a body of water nearby. Oh, shit.
You're compelled to swim in it.
It's just how you have to respect the game. All right, and then 6 more for free. Should I dump into linguistics again?
If you want to be like quite the linguist.
See, whenever I want to do that, but it's always pretty worthless in a game. Let's be real.
But that's a throne and dagger game.
That is a throne and dagger game. All right, you're right. 21. Boom. 21
But
linguistic.
you know, you got other stuff as well, like
I'm really
persuasion.
enjoying just dumping. I hear you, persuasion. I hear you.
Oh, there you go. LSG Dean, thank you for the $10. I have a drink on me. I've consumed so much between you guys, Crispy and all. Recently joined Discord. Long time RPR, enjoying you in character with us. Well, I'm glad you do. Glad to have you on board. And welcome.
Awesome. What a badass. Okay, so I have to pick a sub race. Well, I mean,
I get what Arun was saying. He's talking about the fast learner skill. It's for the first time. It's like it's basically when you open up like because like the way you gain experience in play, right, is when you use a skill. By every time you use a skill, well, every time the tempo change or the scene change, you can place an experience point in a skill you used. So if you did something for the first time, basically, right, you do learn a little bit more.
and then you get thrown in the river as soon as you put the XP in swimming.
Yeah,
it starts to rain.
So now you can pick.
It's hard not to pick the Badi.
If you pick the Badi, those are the desert people. But you could be somebody that is not from the desert, but that just for some reason grew up in a desert city. If you do,
does that not require my snowflake points?
That's yes. Like you see, there's cost adjustment here. So if you decide that you would be a northerner that somehow grew up in the desert city, then
look at that. It says without desert or cosmopolitan. I'm already there.
It's without without northern or cosmopolitan, but because you picked both cosmopolitan and desert, then that cancel out. Like you're okay, right? You don't have to because you pick cosmopolitan city. There's a lot of different people there. That's the feature of the city you grew up in.
So even though it's a desert city, I could splinter off into sort of a Lawrence of Arabia situation.
Yeah.
For free.
Like if you yeah.
Okay. Well, is there any other ones besides those two?
Yes, there are Islander. So there are people that live on island.
Boy.
Yeah, Island Boy and the Riverlander, which are the one that live kind of like basically between the south and between the north, right? They're kind of like the default, like the basic, like temperate kind of people, like
I can't take so Islander or Riverlander. I'm losing a step, so it's harder for me, right?
Yes. So now instead of like costing you 3, if you pick a Riverlander but you put it in the I need to put like a I need like cosmopolitan should cancel that out. But anyway, like for now, I need to remember that. Yeah, so instead of being like uncommon, now it became like unusual, right? So it costs you 6 character point instead of
I see
instead of 3.
Okay, I got you. Is that the 4, or is there other ones?
Yeah, that's the 4.
Okay. So the top 2 cost me nothing to be, right? Let's just go up to this top 2. It's gonna be between those 2. I don't care about Islanders and shit. All right. So you scroll down a little bit to social class. What are we doing here?
That's well, you're gonna pick your social class is gonna be based upon your origin and like the sub race, right? So
let's ask the chat. Should I go northern Abadi? See if the chat wants to be
involved. You know what you want to be.
I kind of like both.
I remember where the northern have this exception for cosmopolitan because like they're kind of Viking people, so they travel a lot. They travel around a lot, right? Even though they're from the north, they I don't know if people in chat is gonna say like, should Phil play in this desert city? Should be like a desert people, so kind of a local, or should
Yeah.
be somebody from the north that somehow end up growing up in the desert?
King of the North.
There you go. Ollie, the king of the north.
All right. I agree.
Don't know your setting, but place like Timbuktu or Cosmopolitan Iran, Desert or Africa. Yeah, there's a like the set. Like I don't want to give away too much of the setting directly. I wanted it to be implied so people can. So through mechanics, I'm telling you stuff, but you kind of have to figure it out, and you're welcome to fill in the blank, right? Make your interpretation and stuff like that, so it becomes unique to yourself.
Arun is smart.
Before I ever give you 3 points to boost
max route.
Yeah.
Conan got around. That's what I'm saying. Conan is kind of like a desert king.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of a northerner, I guess. That
He
do
is.
end up. Yeah. So is that where you're gonna be?
That's what I like. I like the idea of being like a little bit fish out of water, but also just so at home here.
Yeah.
So at home. All right. So we're gonna do northerner.
There you go. That's interesting.
Yeah.
You see, like now you already have like something that we already have this character like being fleshed out, right? It's interesting.
I needed something. All right. So Constitution. Strength. Strong. Daring and reckless. Also, you know what you know what really pissed me off?
What?
Is that virtue is going to cancel my devious.
Oh, we will.
Oh no, it would have canceled my sacrilegious.
Yeah.
I would have been sacrilegious.
The devout zealot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So daring, reckless.
Something from the West Coast for sure. Yeah, those would be like kind of like the Riverlander, I guess, or the Islander. They're like further west.
Yeah.
In the archipelago. In the ocean.
Working. Intimidation.
What background do I pick if I want to be a gay dwarf baker? You would do Islander halfman to be the dwarf, and baker is an occupation you can pick. You can be a baker. you can have worked as a baker. Gay, I have nothing for that. That's just flavor you can add to your character.
I'll let you know where the gay option is.
Yeah.
Resist exposure. And resist disease. Ooh, where's resist? Oh, it's toughness. Duh. Yeah. All right, social class. Here we go. It's gonna be the tippity top of the mountain, baby.
Tip it up at the mountain.
Noble.
So you can be a noble. That would cost you 3 because you're in the city, right?
Costs what it costs. I'm a noble.
You have to spend those points too. We had a lot of free options so far.
I'm at 6 points. 6 points spent.
Yeah, that's good. So that's what you're going for? Noble?
That's what I'm going for.
All right. Then
would it have been easier to be a bitty noble?
No, not in that case.
Yeah, they're about the same.
They're about the same, yeah. It'd been like easier, like it'd been harder if you were like a Riverlander noble, because then because you're in a desert city, so the cost would have been accounted there, right? But now you're in a city, right? A noble in the city, they travel around. So now we can go. Oh, did I do the whole? Yes, I did the whole. So noble, there you go. That's what you get.
Persona and erudition. Erudition's up there. I'm already at plus 20.
LSGD setting, you have to be at least curious for the new what's C line. There's no step in the character creation that concern sexual orientation. I didn't want to go there. And there's also no step that concern gender.
Yeah.
But if you pick options that are gender type, it's gonna give you a character that's gonna be like gender type, right? So if you pick like
so you have a type A, type B sort of selection you can make.
No, but if you pick like, oh, I was a soldier and then I was a mason and stuff like that, well, it's gonna give you a character that's gonna feel more masculine. If you say like, oh, I work as a baker and I had children, so you know, like it's gonna put your character in different in
I
you're
gotta
gonna
say,
get experience in different skills. Sorry.
I'm pretty upset about this +4 XP each.
Why?
Because I was doing +3 the whole time. Now I'm doing +4, and it's upsetting me.
Oh, you really?
Yeah.
Fuck up your mat.
Yeah. Should I keep with the brawling, or should I throw some one-handed swords in there?
Sword can it's good to have an option, right?
It's good to have an option.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's throw some. Is brawling is knife, right? Is also
Brawling
dagger.
is also dagger, right? It's or improvised weapon, stuff like that, but it's also like unarmed, right? So yeah.
Yeah.
It's very useful actually, brawling.
Maybe I should put it in there.
But it means like you have to get close. They're like generally like very close range, right? A weapon. So
Yeah, and then ego. Okay. I went ahead and just put it in one-hand swords, just for the
Okay.
record. Just in case sometimes a noble needs to duel a man.
Yeah.
Right, so
And
high
because
man.
yeah, because you're a high man, that's also
Oh,
like
I
gonna give you
didn't
like
do my
some
+8. I gotta do my +8.
oh.
Any intrigue. Let's throw it in etiquette. I'm now at 15 etiquette.
Can you be a high-class culinary artist like Sir Gundam Ramsay traveling from castle kitchen to kitchen? Yes. There's an occupation that is cook, and you have a cooking skill as well. And it's actually a useful skill in that game. It's not just flavor, like because
Also, insult.
yeah, also insult. You would need that to do the
Well,
Gordon Ramsay thing. It's true.
Intimidation.
Yeah. And insult can lower somebody's spirit,
Mhm.
and cooking can restore somebody's spirit. So
You
you
can
know,
also do ego.
yeah,
Sleight of
which
hand.
preserve your
Uh-huh.
spirit.
Some perception. Little palate skill. Would you use perception for your palate?
Yeah.
There you
Yes.
go. I'm actually now making Gordon Ramsay. Let's go back. Roll it back. Okay. All right, high man. Did I do this already? Or am I just getting another 5
No, you
strength?
didn't do that. Yeah, you get another 5 strength.
Are we sure? Okay.
Yes.
I accept. 17, and then Constitution, also 17. Dignified Vain. Why do I feel like I've done this? Feels
I don't think you did.
samey.
Did
I'm
you?
very vain all of a sudden.
Oh, because you got a vein just for being a noble.
Yeah. Oh, for noble.
But you got an extra one for being like a Iman noble.
Yeah.
Which like the Halfman noble they're not as vain. They get like they're more pedantic, right? And frank, right? It's
They're like the
different
baker.
culture. They're like they prioritize different thing in their noble, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to express here.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm getting tactics. That's cool. Acumen. I guess. Was it +3 now? Yeah, we're back to +3s. Falconry. I really want to get bunches of falconry.
Oh yeah.
I'm probably going to dump my 6 in it. Writing, animal handling. Any influence. Well, let's get to tech motive. It needs to keep up with my other skills. Heraldry. There you are. That's my first heraldry. That's not good. One-handed swords.
Starting to feel like a character that'll be at home, like in Game of Thrones, kind of like, you know.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. All right.
Oh, that's true too, right? Deadly with a kitchen knife. So Gordon Ramsay would have some brawling as well.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I get a +6, which I'm putting in falconry. Not any falconry I can find, I'm using.
Right.
Oh, what's that?
Now you get
Oh,
to
that
pick
was
some
British.
life events, right? To do.
Taught by falcons. Is there anything along those lines? Wild beast.
No. But and those like okay, the life event, like I need to say that at some point, like, but that's gonna be in the to do blur. But like those are things that marked you. It doesn't mean like if you don't pick it, doesn't mean it didn't happen in your life. It just mean it wasn't like significant enough to influence you that much, right? So you don't see that as limiting. But
Sounds
those are
good.
things that formed you in some way, right? So you have achievements. So save a fellow from drowning, firewall
So is
beast.
my
One,
origin city or is it also desert? Because I noticed that there is desert origin.
it's it's both.
So I have a desert and a cosmopolitan origin as well.
Yes, yes. So because like your city, like your origin is a desert city. So
Mm,
if it's a desert origin, it count.
Okay.
If it's a city origin, it counts. If it's a cosmopolitan origin, it count, right?
Okay.
But because you can also like have wilderness desert. So any desert would count.
What are you refusing to believe, LSG Dean?
Used to be
What did I say? What did I say?
Falcon at your wrist and the wind in your ear. I don't know, raised by Falcon. I don't know.
Oh, I was. I'm standing on a stormy. It's stormy for some reason. I'm in the desert, but it's stormy. And then I have a falcon. He's a desert falcon. And then I go,
Obviously.
what's the name of the desert bird in Dune?
The desert bird in Dune?
Yeah.
I know the name of the
Isn't there
desert
like a
mouse
bird?
in Dune.
I thought there was a bird.
There's a desert mouse, which is
Okay.
Muad'Dib.
Yeah.
But
I care for falcons. Okay.
oh, yeah, he's not a Conan. He's the refined one.
Yeah. I'm much more refined than Conan. But
So
I do
won a contest, like those can be like academic, artistic, athletic, familial. So that's gonna be like talk about your
kind of like the idea of a adopted, but we'll keep looking.
oh yeah. And you can pick multiple one, right?
Yeah.
That's not
Oh,
like pick one. You can
does
pick like
each one cost a certain amount?
yes. Yes,
Oh.
each one has a cost. Like here, like this one, like 3, right? So you can pick a lot of them.
Should we skip it?
Should we skip it?
Because I want to know how many I can choose. You know,
How many
If
points did you
there's
spend now?
well, I've only spent 6 points.
And you get 24, right?
Yeah.
And after that, you're gonna have occupation that you can pick a few of them as well, and those gonna cost about
Mm.
the same kind of range.
Let's do it in the way that it's laid out, just for the purposes of
Yeah,
checking out.
because the point also is like you go through the life of your character, right?
Mhm.
And like I said, if you have 24 points, you can go over 24.
Yeah.
You just mean you're gonna have to pick some stuff at the last step.
I seem to remember from Conan the death of his family.
Yeah. So like this one, you can say like, oh, I lost my father and I lost my mother and I lost my sibling, right? You can pick those 3 if you want, and get all those bonus. And
Everybody died.
Everybody died.
Everybody died.
Yeah, and that's also when you try to weave the thing, right? You say like, oh, I like the idea of being adopted. Well, those can work well together. You lost your mother, you got adopted, right? Those kind of things. Like you can like, at some point when you picked a few, you can weave them together into a story.
Mhm.
So miscellaneous, like those are like, oh, you got a child, you got involved into some family feud, neglectful childhood, family caught in scandal, you got married, you got uprooted, some hardship. So there's a lot of different thing that you can you can injury I didn't do. So don't worry about those. Oh no, I did do.
Yeah. Did some of it.
Yeah, I did do.
I became deaf.
Yeah, no, I guess I need to revisit those one. They're not very good.
They're
No, those are
free.
not done. No, they're not done. That's why I said that I didn't do them.
Yeah, but I like the idea of having
Well,
those like big flaws as free.
yeah, but this is replaced by the last step.
Yeah.
So that I should
Oh, I
cut
see.
this one.
I see.
Yeah, like they're moved somewhere else.
I gotcha.
So let's ignore them for now.
Okay, I definitely like the idea of being adopted. So let's just lock
You can
that
start there.
in.
Yeah. All right. Adopted and familial. There you go. So it's gonna cost you 3.
Okay.
It's actually going to cost you 6 because you're noble.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh well, 6.
You have to spend those points at some point.
Yeah.
And to be fair, if you go slightly over, I think it's more interesting.
Okay. Well, I have a concept, and I'm playing my concept. All right. So Persona is
And I
5.
just think that these life paths seem excellent. I'm glad if you like it.
And something I dislike about something I really like about or don't like about Traveler is the rolling. You don't
Yeah.
really get to pick your character. Whereas here,
Yeah.
yeah,
I might at some point add an option if people want to roll, but
Mhm.
the first intent is that you create your character, right? You choose what you do. You
Right.
craft it.
Poetry.
There you go. You already have some of that,
I already do.
and give you
That's
like
plus
some more
6 for
detect motive.
detect motive, baby. Let's go. Brawling. Now I'm talking. Resist hunger. Yeah. Like a damn man. Uh-oh. My resist exposure says 63. It's probably 6. And then any toughness. It's called resist pain, people. Should I go for the poison? Poison 9. Let's do that. That's cool. All right. And then I get 3 to distribute freely. Oh, let's throw it in brawl. All right. And then meek and humble. Ooh. That's a change.
Yeah. Now you're like you might not be so vain after all.
Yeah. Oh, scroll up just a little bit. Okay, so orphan. Oh, wait. What?
Adopted. That's the one you picked.
Okay, yeah. That wouldn't be an orphan as well. Okay, let's just move it.
What? Well, you could pick orphan as well. It's kind of like yeah, you're gonna get a
Like
different thing.
better.
Hmm?
Oh, I see. It's not wrapped. Good. I got it.
Yeah, I'm missing like a space here.
I
So
got you.
noble social class would be +2. So it costs you 6. It costs you the same thing.
Seems kind of silly
Just
to do both. So the orphan part didn't
like
bother me.
the orphan kind of like imply more that you lived as an orphan for a while, right?
Yeah,
So that's why if you look like you have like a sleight of hand and stealth and
I did. I was
resilience, survival, yeah, you spend some time on the street, and you could have like been like being a street child basically that at some point got adopted by a noble family for some reason.
Mhm. Well, actually, what happened was I was a child, right? And I was alone, being a wild child. And then I saved a child from drowning, except I don't know if I
Ah,
can
there you go.
swim. I don't know if I can
Yeah.
swim, actually.
You don't know if you can
Yeah,
swim.
I don't know how to swim.
Could be something else. Could be like from fire.
Oh, from drowning. I saved someone from drowning. Look at that.
Yes.
Oh, with desert origin. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's gonna cost you more. It's
Okay,
gonna
so
cost like this one costs 6 already. Save a fellow, but it does give you a lot of stuff because
I,
there's like
I like the fire. And that's the one that is most desert city. So
yes, well, which makes sense, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take that. And that's how I was adopted. All right. So agility. Okay, let's
There you
mark
go.
it down.
That could be it. Orphan up dead, right? But like you said, like you could have been an orphan, but like just the fact like you don't put it on the character sheet, you don't choose it as a life event, doesn't mean it didn't happen. Just doesn't mean like it didn't mark you so much.
Okay, so Persona is going to get an additional 5. Let's go, baby. And
Oh, you need to
wait.
get those first. Did
Yeah.
you get those first?
Sorry, I didn't get those
Yeah.
first. Okay, so let's back it up, people. All right, agility. Yeah, you get a lot of stuff with this one.
Yes.
14. Wisdom is 2. Good. And then 3 XP each for these.
For these here.
Perception, finally. Or again, I should say. Running. Reflex. Grace. Luck. Oh, cool.
Arun say you could have seen a noble kid from a giant sand end trap when they were on vacation. Like, what is a sand end trap? I guess that would be like content to wild beast.
It's like a giant. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. It's just hanging out in the Central Park area. Ego resilience over here. There we go. And then first aid. Okay. I get 6. I kind of want to get luck, you know. But I think I'm gonna go reflexes.
Luck, I still need to work on the detail of that. Like the intent of the luck skill is like, sometimes like people like want to do something randomly, like pick something randomly in a game, and the GM just gonna say, oh, roll a d6, and then like we're gonna dictate the outcome based on that, based on no skill. But in Bastard Sword, no. Then you roll a luck skill, and if you roll well, then you pick randomly, but you pick the right thing, right? So it's linked to your character. So there's like not just like a luck roll based on nothing, right?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I myself have poor luck.
Me too.
Which is why luck isn't real, but that's fine. All right, so skills. I've already got my attributes for fire. Skills, lifting. Hell yeah. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
And resist exposure. That'll be gotten that a bunch of times. And resist pain. Nice. I get to put 3 on this. Do you even lift, bro? Of course I do.
Sometime.
Of course. Only when there's a fire.
Yeah. Well, always get those big bushel of wood in the gym.
Yeah.
Light it up on fire.
Doesn't that hurt? Do the unlit ones.
That real say, like, as richly detailed as it is, it would be amazing to auto roll everything and see the result instantly. And to be fair, I'm probably gonna do like some kind of website that you can just like auto roll them, or go along and pick them, right? And feel like at some point when I'm done, I'm satisfied. I like doing those kind of things, so I'm probably gonna do it. But I need to be sure that the system is solid, not gonna change anymore.
Hey, are you okay if I take a small break here? My dog's crying.
No, of course, you can go.
All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, go take care of your dog. I'll talk with the chat, but although I did cover it, I like a funnel end. I don't know what a funnel end is. I don't have like a lot of end knowledge apparently. I don't know like all kind of like different type of end. Flavorful and evocative. That's what I'm trying to go for. I'd add a roll chart as a sidebar just for quick NPC or one-off player creation. Like NPC, I think I'm gonna be treated a bit differently, much more simpler. I don't recommend like a GM having like full character for NPCs. But yeah. How many freezes sad boy point until he can buy a lightsaber? You could well, you wouldn't get a lightsaber, but like there's one of the life event that is I don't think I've expended upon it yet. I don't think it's in now. But there's no, they're not in there yet. But there's some of them are about material stuff. So like if you found something interesting, right, that was important in your life, like you found a relic, or you found a very nice weapon or stuff like that, right? Not necessarily magical, just like very valuable. So that's it wouldn't be a lightsaber because that doesn't fit the setting, but you could start with like a very nice sword for some reason because like you found it at some point in your life. Or some of them also like it's like an outstanding horse, so you can like start with a better horse that somehow at some point you just gain, right? Something happened in your life. So there's also something that are linked to material stuff, but I didn't expand upon that just yet. Yeah. They dig funnel shape in sand and bugs fall and get eaten. They actually exist in North America too. I've seen them in BC already. Huh. Oh, so a giant. Yeah, I get what you mean. Giant funnel ant. Yeah. I remember we call them we call ant lion in Florida, but they use sand trap. Is a name for them, yes. Well, the one I had to like we have like those basic like little ant, and we have the carpenter ants, which are very annoying because they eat your house. I had to deal with them a lot in my old house. Yeah, those annoying big ass. They just not as bad as termite, I guess, but same kind of thing, right? Yeah. What else did I miss? Is there anything in chat? So, I'll put I can put if you want to see the document there that I'm referring, it's online already, right? And like I said, it's very early on. It's pre-alpha, but if you want to at some point look at it, I posted it online earlier. And I should probably also put the character sheet since I'm at it. Which, again, not final. Those are just like working kind of a prototype, so I can like test the system and stuff like that and go for it. But yes, this is my creation. This is a game I've been working on for a while now called Bastard Sword. So yeah, it's a full game that I'm actually writing, which is a big project. I'm trying to do something like with this game. I'm trying to it's a crunchier game. But what I'm trying to solve with this project is like, can you have a crunchier game where the crunch doesn't get in the way of roleplay, but support roleplay, right? So that's the circle I'm trying to square right here, and that's why it takes me a long time. Like people like have given grief like for taking so long to write it, but I'm trying to do something good, and it's not based on any other system. It's inspired by some other system, but it's like its own thing, its own mechanics from scratch, tabula rasa. And I think it's something like quite different than what is out there, right? It's not a clone of anything. It's not like a version of anything. It's not a mix. So good luck. Yeah, thank you. I'll need the luck. It might fail, but so far I think it's on a good path. I'm happy, like, and I try to be honest too with myself, right? Like that's why sometimes like I spend a lot of time writing something and developing some rules, and then I test them and it doesn't work, and then I have to go back to the drawing board, right? And sometimes I go forward and I say like, oh no, that's good, that's gonna work, but I'm kind of lying to myself because I still feel it's a bit clunky. That's why I say like, oh, this rule, I'm not happy with it, I need to rework it. I want to have something clean, right? You say like as you didn't say, I think you can when the crunch is done up front, like Mitras, and I'm trying not to have like just the crunch done up front, like in the fighting mechanics. There's a lot of crunch, a lot of things you can do and stuff like that. But my theory is that if the system makes sense, and if the thing you do like use verbiage that flow in natural sentence, then you just say what the character does, and the mechanics flow automatically, basically, right? So like you could say, if you're in a fight, you can say like, I strike at like I'm 2 steps away from this guy with my sword in hand. I swing my sword at him, then I move 1 step closer, I grab him, and I try to skewer him with my dagger, right? And a lot of them are mechanical terms. Like the step is a mechanical term, and getting closer, like stepping forward closer and grabbing doing a grab and skewering with the dagger, right? All those are mechanical term, but when you just use them like that, it blend in with just saying what your character does, and then there's impact to that. Darrell said, I was told by game designer that my work was similar to Mitras, but Mitras is too clunky for me. I never look at Mitras. I should. I'm a big fan of Pendragon, which is technically based on BRP system, and Mitras is always also based on BRP system. So I should look at it at some point. I've heard a lot of good thing about it. Arun said, one metaphor parallel might be like SCA combat. It takes a bit to learn, but once you know it, all the flags that make sense. Same for it's EMA. Yeah, really any sport, even tennis. There's also like I have an interest in EMA. I don't practice myself because I always live in remote place where there's nobody. So it's something that's hard to do on your own alone, right?
They got a little group over here doing it.
Yeah. Would you join them?
Yeah, fine. I would join with like my kid. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah.
A couple years. I feel like I've been catching up for like a couple years. So looking forward to having a job and not going to school
anymore. Yeah. Daryl's, I think watching player play it online, I think people spend too much time with adding modifier and referring to chart, and that's something I try to avoid as well, to be honest. Yeah. All right. So you good to go?
I have spent 18 of my background points. You said I get 24?
Yeah.
All right, well, I better
24
get 24
before you have to go to the Scar and Trauma.
Oh boy.
You want to try to get another like
I said, oh boy.
It's also like now you start at 16, right? And taking occupation is going to age you up because you're going to spend some years in the occupation.
I'm at 18. Oh, you mean age?
What? Age. Yeah, no, you're at 16 now.
Okay, good.
So it depends also. Like you could have like, that's also like the thing. You could be like a younger character that had a very eventful childhood, and that makes you ready to start being an adventurer. Or you can have like a more normal childhood, but pick a lot more occupation, and then you're a bit older character. But like it's kind of balanced, right? You have like a normal life, you work for a while, and now like for some reason you want to become an adventurer, right?
Yeah, I wonder how skilled I am compared to like an older character. Do I have most of my skills already, or am I about to get a whole shitload from my occupation?
No, you can get a lot from occupation.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to move to occupation, or you want to?
Well, I'm not getting any more of these events, I don't think.
Okay, let's go to occupation.
Since you're saying that this is me at 16, I don't think I need to get any more events.
Well, you could, some of them like you could have a child, right? Like doesn't mean like
I'm 16.
Doesn't mean that you're just 16. Yes, yeah, but it's a different time, right?
It's a totally fictional time.
Which is normal to have a child.
Which means it has modern sensibilities, Max. Come on.
Again. So occupation, right? You can have an idea like the one that I like. There's much more than that, but those are the one I expanded upon right now. Yeah. So you can have an idea there, right?
I like the idea of knight.
You could.
Yeah.
You could, because you are a noble social class.
Yeah.
And do you have a strength above 14?
I have 17 XP in strength right now.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't see a lot, like looking at the other ones. With my giant monitor, I can read them without any problems.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool too, is an alchemist or an assassin would also be cool.
And you can pick more than one, and you can pick one more than once as well, right?
Ooh.
So you can
become a professional.
Spend more time doing the same occupation, and then you get like more. You can climb up in rank, right? Because you have level of mastery as well, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you can
taking
start at
a night level cost me 1 or 2
yeah.
background points.
Yes.
It's like, can I afford not to take it?
You have the character to take it, right? You have
Yeah.
have the right. It's normal for your character to become a knight
It is.
because because of the choice you made, right?
Mhm.
It's like a normal kind of conclusion.
I mean, I
And
spent the XP or I spent the backgrounds already to be a noble, really.
yeah, exactly. That's the point.
Yeah. Can we look at the assassin and the alchemist as well?
Yes. So assassins, the different path of entry, or if you come from deprive, that's not you.
Mm.
You have a previous criminal occupation, that's not you. Previous
Yeah.
military occupation, no. Or outstanding aptitude. You need an agility above 26,
Nope.
stealth above 26, and
No.
brawling above 17.
I have that.
Yeah, but you need all
Oh, you
those.
have to have
So
all 3.
yeah,
Okay.
you have to have all three. So you cannot be an assassin right now. But if you start
Oh,
with being a knight, then you would have military occupation,
but you
and
still
then it's a
have
bit
to get
easier. Yeah, you
you
still
still have
have
to
to
get
get
that.
the stealth.
I have no stealth,
So that's going to
so
be hard to be a
it's gonna be hard to get that as a knight,
yes,
probably.
yes. And
Interesting.
I don't
So
know if I
the
have.
move is
You want to
find
see alchemist
another
too?
criminal.
Yeah, but I don't have many expended upon now, right?
Yeah. That's the only criminal you have.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Alchemist.
Mhm.
So scholar, that doesn't apply to you. You don't have an occupation not now, so you would need to go outstanding aptitude and erudition about 26
Don't got
and
it.
alchemy about 17.
Don't have it. Neither of
Don't have it?
those. What is alchemy is a science? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I just have it at 9.
Mm.
So if I get an academic one though, then I could parlay that into an alchemist.
If you get
So I could take architect for some reason or engineer.
Can you enter architect? You would need to go outstanding aptitude as well, and I don't think you have what it takes.
I don't have any drawing or masonry or physics. Is that important?
Yes. To be an architect, yes.
So this is why you want to be a scholar a little bit.
Yeah. So you're kind of locked in at that point with the limited option that I have.
I
You're kind of
mean,
locked
I can take
in.
a few levels a night, just kind of being badass.
Yes.
Like
You need to make your
I
master.
already have all the intrigue. Like I have a lot of intrigue
Yes.
foundation, but now I take up the night stuff and I become kind of like also a badass, like the Jamie Lannister
Yes.
type.
And if you take that, then we can see, what
Yeah, I can take different.
it unlock after that, right? You're gonna get some more ethics, some etiquette, some tactics, right? Some
Let's
more.
let's go ahead and take one night just to see how it plays out.
All right.
All right, so I have to spend
Yes.
2 of my background points.
Yes.
All right, and I have strength over 14, so we're good there.
Yeah.
And we are on skills.
Okay. Now, like the number of experience you're gonna have in those skill depends on the level of mastery you can go through, right? And you don't have to go for squire first. If you're good enough, you can start straight to bachelor or banneret.
I have
You have
no.
writing above
I have
14,
writing 3, so not that.
so you're gonna be a squire first for a
Yeah.
year at least.
Okay, yeah, because I need it for either of them. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm a square. So I'm now 17.
Yes.
And a persona. Look at that. I'll take it.
Yep.
35 now. Strength is up to 19.
Oh, it's pretty high persona.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that it's a good thing I dumped wisdom. All right. And then skill benefits is +3 XP to
Plus
each
3
of
to all
those
those,
skills.
and
Yeah.
plus 6. Yeah.
Okay. So tactics. All right, now there is no stealth here,
No, because that's
and
not
there
something you need
is
to learn.
no alchemy here.
No.
So it's looking like I'm not moving off into either of those.
Yeah, like eventually
There's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be a
have like
bunch more. There's gonna be a bunch.
yeah, there's a bunch more like occupation. Like I just didn't expand all upon them, and
That's fine.
you're gonna have like much more path to do shenanigans and stuff like that.
Then I'll just
And
be a youngster
be a game in
starting
itself.
my starting my career as an assassin. Maybe.
Well, then you can pick like if you can raise your writing above 14,
right.
then you can pick knight again and then become a bachelor, right?
Yeah, smart. Okay, so tactics acumen gets a 3. So
And
it's
you
gonna
have
be 6.
room.
I have what?
You have room, like you have a lot of like point left, right?
I'm at 20 after this one. Yeah, so I can
Yeah.
take it 2 more times.
Yeah.
And if not more, right?
Yes.
You said it's better too, so I'm definitely gonna take it at least 3 more times. All right, so persona, I've already done that. Strength, I did 3 XP each. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Writing,
Because you see,
ammo
like
hand.
when you go in the higher level of mastery, right? No, you're not getting like +6, +2, you're getting plus 12, +4, right? And
yeah,
so you and +6 to each, so it's going much faster.
it does, but it also triples the.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
3. It ages you by 3 years.
Yeah. Okay, so I think I did etiquette already. I wish I would have remembered. Let's Control Z that just to see.
While you do that, I'll look at the chat. There was a serious question here. As a 40 RPR, do you think that restriction for class makes sense? It seems a sickly squire turned knight is a more interesting story than an ordinary buff squire tonight. I try to, like, my goal is that there's option for you to become that, right? There's going to be option like for you to reach those paths, but you're gonna have to have a more torturous path, like a more like you're gonna have to make some detour, right? Now,
also,
like I don't have enough.
This is a fundamental issue with how you're thinking about role-playing games, my friend. The interesting story happens when the game begins.
Yeah, that's too. That too.
So when you're a sickly, lame person, like what I'm saying, there's no way I can be an assassin, but the story could be me becoming an assassin.
Yeah, exactly. You could become one. Exactly. Yeah. You know that's
all right. So
100%.
Ba-boom.
Yeah, I think the restrictions would be more generic thing that happen, like dressing versus restricting a player from playing that. Like, and the restriction also is like to kind of push you in those detour, because those also create like a more interesting background, right? Because like, oh yeah, I want to play a guy that's knight. Oh, but I don't have what it makes. Also, I being a soldier for a while, or maybe then like you can maybe go back also in the previous step and say, well, maybe I can pick something there that would give me what I missed, right? If you really want to do that, that's something you can do, right? Like I'm trying to give the option that you have to weave and you have to kind of make your way there, kind of earn it.
Okay, I guess I got to dump it in writing to put me at 12 writing. That's not enough still.
So, but you can do another year of squire.
I'll do another squire year, and I still need tactics. I got 9 tactics, but my melee combat is fine. Okay, so I can be a bachelor.
You might even go straight.
Yeah,
to
I'll go straight to banner. Yeah, I will.
Yeah. If you have enough tactics, and but that's gonna age you by 10 years.
Oof.
But you know,
I don't know that I want that. You know.
Well, now you'd be like that. Me, like make you 28. It's not that old either.
Yeah, is that what you tell the ladies, Max?
Yeah, I'll tell them I'm 28.
I want to be able to be courted by Max.
Oh yeah, 28.
That's how I engage.
Then you should stop there at 18.
I'm already 17. Shut it down.
You're pushing it. You could also like do a bachelor twice, right? And then just like You also notice that it does change a bit. Also, like like instead of getting strength, now you're gonna get constitution and wisdom.
Wisdom.
Yeah, so it does change a bit, and it changed also like the virtue you gain.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely taking Squire too. So I'm sorry, I will be 18, Max.
Uh,
What a waste of time.
yeah.
All right. So we're gonna take Persana's now at 41. What about us? Is there anything I'm missing above Squire? Or kind of have
Above
the
Squire?
top of you kind of have the top
Nope.
of night cut off. Okay.
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah. No, those are just like the path of entry, so you
All
don't
right.
need them
Just making
anymore.
sure.
Yep.
All right. And strength is now at a good 21. And my skills, tactics, 9.
I know what
Writing.
that does. And you say, "Oh my god, who designed this game?" Jockey just jumping in to take part of the hype train. Well, thank you for dropping by.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a serious hype train going on over here. 15. And then etiquette.
Etiquette.
Etiquette at a nice 21 right now. Heraldry.
Yeah, it's good.
I might dump heraldry this camera. Or maybe swords. We'll see. 24. My swords are at 13. Should I go ahead and put 6 in swords? So I don't really care about writing sooner. Oh, I
Nope.
gotta make sure I get my virtue here. I don't think I got it last time. So that'd be 3. And man, I love grabbing. I like
Grabbing
the
is great.
brawling, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Maybe I just put my 6 in that and have a 30 in brawling.
That's pretty good. I think it's give you
good.
like a
Especially if I'm gonna go
4.
assassin. You know what I mean?
I think it give you a rank of 4, 30.
Oh yeah. Let's do that.
It's very respectable.
Okay. So that is I'm 20. I'm at 21 and I'm 18 years old.
Oh. You can take if you take bachelor,
Mhm.
you're gonna be 23 point and 21 year old
21 years old at 24.
at
24
24.
points. Yeah. Oh wait. Yeah, 23. I don't know.
Yeah, 23.
Oh, it's 2. No, okay, so I messed up. I put my age instead of cost. So I'm
Oh.
at 22, so I will be at 24.
Daryl for $20. Thank you, man. So you were busier than I gave you credit for. Yeah, I did put a lot of work in there.
Yeah,
It's, that's
you did a lot.
yeah. It's not like it's not
Big enough.
a little thing. It's just not a little side project that I have. Like
It's pretty awesome.
it's getting close to a full book.
I don't want to be 28. I like the idea of being a young man,
You
being
can
kind
take
of like
bachelor. You can
I
take
think
bachelor twice.
I think I might take bachelor one time. Oh wait, but I want to get I want to see what the penalties look like.
Yeah. Well,
So
maybe
if I
maybe
take
you
it
can go back and take
twice,
another life event if you want.
if I take it twice, oh, that's true. Then that would not age me. That's kind of what I'm thinking about. It's so nice to do this though.
To do what?
How good is occupations? Pretty good. I'm definitely going to take bachelor. So let's just do that. All right. So
Is that like something in an engineer? Sorry, I moved
oh, you're fine.
Oh no, you don't have any physics. I wanted to see if you
No.
could, if through engineer, if you could get like an alchemist.
Let's talk about being a banker.
Yeah, you
Or
want to be a
priest.
banker?
Or show me priest, maybe. Do I have religion? I probably need religion, don't I?
Yes.
Unless you can just go in as a noble.
No, you need to be scholar. But like
Noble, do you
that's
get
also
no-
like at some point like you're gonna have like other religious occupation, right? Like it's just not no, I didn't do them yet. So, but
right.
religion 17, you're not there yet.
Yeah, I don't have that. I just have 3, I think.
And banker, it's scholar. You have to go for outstanding erudition. You probably have that. Acumen, you probably
I
have that.
don't
Do you have law?
I don't have erudition.
Oh, you don't have
And
erudition
I don't
26?
have appraise 17 either.
Oh,
Or law.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not quite there
I'm not
yet.
a banker.
You don't have what it takes to be a banker.
I don't.
Yeah.
Ah, well. All right. So
Back tonight.
back tonight. I'm gonna be a bachelor.
And this is
I'm
gonna be
trying to
like the
think.
crux of the thing, right? Like the list that I need to do is pretty long. But before expanding on everything else, I wanted to test the system to see if it worked well. So far, I think it works decent.
I think it works good. The way I'm thinking about this character though, I want him to be like he's like being introduced to court. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like kind of a bodyguard. Badass. I don't know. Okay. I hope that explained everything. All right,
Yeah.
so let's get some strength here. We're gonna get a 12 XP, so that puts me to 33. And then Constitution is at a 23. And then
It might need some tweak at some point, right? Maybe like those values are too high, too low at some point. Like,
of course.
that's gonna be like with like at some point I'm gonna have to sit there with a bunch of people and make like a fucking ton of character and shit like that and compare them. Like, or maybe I'm gonna write an algorithm to do it. Ask the AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AI, make a bunch of other occupations.
Well, I
Copy,
might
paste, done.
so you punch
I'll
the
have-
book
I'll-
so hard when it's done.
I'll have Bastard Sword written by the end of the night, guys. Don't worry about
Yeah.
it.
Can you design this game?
I'll call it Bastardized Sword. This is an homage to you. All right, what the fuck am I? Etiquette.
So it's shocking that Twitch doesn't want to have bastard in the title of their stream.
I know, they love bastards.
Yeah. Like a swear, like it's very mild.
I agree. I'm getting a lot of heraldry out of this, which is nice because I was wanting it and I didn't have anything.
Yeah, you'll be able to tell who's who at the court.
Yeah. Should I? Okay, so what is
Or
a
on the back.
hauberk? A male hauberk is like armor, right?
Yes.
And then, okay, I'm just gonna
This
keep
character,
it
this
swords.
character would start with a quite decent armor, actually.
Sweet.
Yeah. Like when you go bachelor, you also have like a small manor and a shit ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But he didn't go that route.
Nah.
Is that your last
Alright.
occupation?
It is, but I'm thinking about where I'm putting my 12.
Oh,
And is the question, do I have 48 brawling?
you'd be quite the brawler. You'd be like top
Baby.
B. Yeah.
Or I could throw it. Like, I don't want it. I feel like 27 etiquette is fine. And heraldry 15. That could use a 12.
Banker has the same description as Baker. Aren't they the same thing? I might have a. I might have forgot to change the description for banker.
Except for some reason, all the ends are missing. I'm going to go ahead and get the brawling. To
Both are there to make dough, right?
Yeah. Nice.
But thank you for pointing that out. I'll look into it.
Okay, let's do another life event.
Oh wait, you also have like to pick a catalyst,
Oh.
so you might have to spend some point there,
Okay.
right? If it's your last occupation, so like there's also something you can pick there. So
Okay.
you don't necessarily have to do another life event. There's another step before the scar that can spend you some point.
I don't have reputation damage.
Yeah, those are so the catalyst is basically like why you're no longer doing what you're doing, right? Why you're becoming an adventurer? Why you're not just living in your normal life anymore? What happened to you? That's kind of the idea.
I also like Civil War. Just like that's why I had to go back. Because there's a civil war going on.
Yeah, despotism can be interesting as well for like this.
Why am I paying for
Chill
these?
and dagger.
Am I paying for
Because
these?
Yes, you're paying for these because like and it's linked to your occupation, right? Because like
So these are this is the same for every occupation. Right?
yeah, each occupation have a different cost.
Right, but it's the same.
Yeah, they're the same. They're the same catalyst. Yeah,
Okay.
but they are. The idea is like, you know, if you're a knight, leaving your job because of despotism would be like unlikely, because like the despot would want to have you around, right, as a knight.
Mm-hmm.
So this kind of the
Oh, am I
idea,
not?
right?
Am I supposed to no longer be a knight?
Well, you can still be a knight, but like it's like the catalyst is like what makes you, because like when you're gonna start the role playing, when you're gonna start the campaign, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna be in your normal life necessarily. Like there's something happened, right? It's what happened that now we're gonna explore with this character.
Let's say Civil War.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make it 27. I'm at 27. I'm up snowflake points.
Yeah. Oh wait. So I'm sorry. Like I
Uh-oh.
almost. I guess I only did Oh yeah, I only did like the disaster and the personal trauma. I thought I did more
Okay.
than that. So you have to pick
they have their own things.
Yes.
I didn't realize that. Okay. Well, let's.
Yes.
So
Let's
I
go
can
back
pick.
to tonight and look at the cost. Where's night?
What you said, disaster or
Personal crisis.
okay.
Crippling death.
Is that good?
It's interesting.
I have crippling debt.
That's why you're adventuring now, right? That's why now you have to do something that you wouldn't do normally.
Well, I don't want disasters. That's hardcore over there. Look at that thing.
Yeah,
12 points.
Costs 12, right? Because like it's
a big boy.
As a knight, you're kind of like protected from like the disaster would affect the little people more, right?
That's fair.
You're noble, so you don't care too much about those trouble.
Disaster. Oh, you mean the poor's issue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can have loss of. Oh no, I didn't do the loss of livelihood. Yeah.
Let's say crippling debt. And then so basically my family has gone broke.
Yeah.
And the vultures, they're circling, so they needed.
So you get some more stuff.
Okay.
You get some more brawling.
That's what I'm talking about. Turns out I'm really into brawling. No falconry anywhere. Where's all the falconry? All right, skills.
Yeah. Where is all the falconry?
Where is all the falconry? Poetry, arts, good.
There's some profession that I didn't expand upon that are focused on that.
Cool. I wonder if does the archer get falconry? I don't know why they would.
I don't know why they would either, but they don't. The hunter might actually.
I gotta get this detect modifier. 21. All right, luck. That's what I'm talking about. For some reason, I get luck for being broke.
Yep.
Oh, this is just personal crisis.
Yes, personal crisis.
Broke yet? I'm not broke yet. Melee. 51 brawling.
It's like, you know, it's to going through the personal crisis and surviving in a sense, right? And going through it, right? So
yeah,
overcoming.
Okay. So crippling deck debauch.
Debauch.
Durian.
So you place also your free point?
Oh, I didn't. I'm gonna put it in detect motive just to ramp it up. 7.
How high is it now?
It's 27.
Oh, okay, it's not that high. I thought you were that crazy.
That's why I was ramping it. All right. Erudition is another 5. Persona another 2, baby. 48 on Persona.
That's good that you're raising your erudition a bit. It was quite low, no?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Skills. Appraise.
You see, like that's not like crippling debt is not available for orcs.
Yeah, they don't believe in money.
Nope. That's not a concept that
That's right, they destroy money or something.
They just destroy wealth. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna
Crippling dick.
persuasion. Boom, 9. Laws, intrigue. Boom, 6. I became really familiar with the law all of a sudden.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you have to navigate all this.
I got to navigate the bankruptcy rules.
Yeah.
Gathering, survival. I forage now. All right.
Yeah.
Lose my money. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't write it down.
We didn't worry too much about that, but yeah. So you did gain quite a bit of money from being a knight, and now you would start with much less.
Okay. Well, I'm at 27. I don't really want to get another event.
Well, well, yeah, that's good. Now you're 3 over, right? So now you're gonna have to take some scars and trauma,
Oh boy.
and they have like negative cost, right? So you can be an alcoholic.
So I have 3 to get rid of, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So, and I'm quite happy with those. Like you're gonna lose some experience
Yeah.
and sometimes gain some in some
Okay.
skill.
Ooh.
Yeah, and in attributes. And also
And you
like
get their conditions.
you have some condition. Like, well, alcoholic, then when you consume alcohol, you're gonna keep consuming until like your whole fucking dizzy drunk condition is full. Or until you're stopped. You cannot control yourself.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, lame leg, it reduces your movement, right? Normally you can do like 12 steps per round. Now we would take it down to 9 steps per round.
Yeah, I only need 9.
Yeah,
Not trying to run around.
You can.
I ride a horse,
Yeah. Choleric.
You're sick all the time, or
No, choleric. It's you're angry all the time.
Oh.
When you get like when your angry condition is aggravated,
I'm not getting that.
it's aggravated by 1 more. So you
Next.
get angry, like you have like those that are like lethargic, like you always have a level of tired that you're gonna get rid of. That's pretty rough because that's always a malus, but it's -5, right?
Yeah.
Collapse lung,
My
main.
lung. Missing eye.
Yeah, missing eye is
There
there.
it is. We got to get that.
Yeah. So your vision, you're considered flanked by anybody that's attacking like 45-degree on the side.
That's a real bummer.
Yeah. So you have like your missing vision on one side.
Okay. Well, I said I would get the eye patch, so I think that's where we're at.
Obese.
Yeah, go ahead and show that.
You always have like a level of burden.
I feel attacked. Yeah.
Disfigured, paranoid, hemophiliac.
What is this? Homo? Oh, okay. Yeah.
What? Hemophiliac.
I was looking out for dice tales.
Oh. Parasite ridden.
Yeah, of course.
So you're always like a bit hungry. Joyless. Merrymaking, that it is used to clear your angry or afraid condition, doesn't work as well.
What about weak back?
Your burden increment, so like how much stuff you can carry before you get burden, is calculated as your one size category smaller.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't have crippling dick in that either. Yeah. So those are the one I have right now, right? Just like
I got to take one eye because I promised.
Missing eye, yeah.
Yeah, promised my ear.
And that, that clear your cost.
Okay. So that'd be missing eye, and my catalyst was crippling debt.
Yeah.
Okay. And occupation is, I guess I just end on bachelor.
Yeah.
Okay. And then my traumas, I don't really have any more of those. And then motivation is something later. Okay, right?
Yes.
You didn't pick that
Motivation
yet.
is the last step.
All right,
Yeah.
so I have -6 perception.
Yeah.
That brings it down to 0. And a reflex grace. Bummer. Takes that to 6. And then I'm
Throne, you
my
didn't have anything?
throne is 0. So is it like negative or
No, it just like you don't go negative.
okay? And then field of view. Got it.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, motivation.
Motivation is the last step, right?
Mhm.
And this is what basically, when if somebody wants to get your character to do something,
Mhm.
that's kind of be like the right angle to get you to do something, right?
Was there a
So,
virtue for missing an eye or
no,
okay.
no, there's no virtue link to missing an eye.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not everything has a virtue link to it.
Okay.
Like, it's just like, yeah, you get very pedantic for some reason.
I'm
I could have put
super
like Craven, I
pedantic.
guess, but no, I decided like
Insensitive. I get real insensitive to people. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, well, have you ever tried losing an eye? I just say that all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Try being one eye down.
I think the motivation blurb to do. Yeah, we have a lot of those. Motivation blurb to do.
All right. Hedonism.
Well,
I'd love to play a
you're
good
wrong.
hedonist once in a while, but
It's something.
scroll down. Duty is an
See, I
obvious
got like
choice.
55 place where I said to do.
It's very
Share
popular.
document. Yeah.
Popular phrase. If you do that again. Look at that. Look at that scroll bar.
Yeah.
Until there's a little patch right there. Anyways.
Yeah.
All right. So faith,
So, okay.
justice,
Yeah.
duty,
Greed, knowledge, glory. And those don't have cost.
It's hard for me not to pick duty.
Because you're a knight?
Yeah, and because like I owe my noble family for taking me in.
You could also pick greed because you're
Because I'm out of money.
You're out of money. Glory because you're a knight and you want to prove yourself. They all like, you can all justify them, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of between hedonism and duty. It's like,
oh yeah,
yeah.
Huh. Hedonism is like you just like trying to do what feels good, right? Which
yeah.
It's
like I became real pampered as a noble, you know what I mean? It's that whole like you used to be poor, but now that you're rich, like you don't really.
Oh, that's a good question. Uriah Grant, Edward, say where did you get the name Bastard Sword from?
Great question.
Yes, it's actually Bear, the Gen X GM, that gave me that name. Very generous of him when he was on New Year's Eve, not this year, but the one before. So that would be like 2024. Like I used to have another name, I didn't really like it, and he was working on a game he called Bastard Sword, and he didn't want to work on that game anymore. And he said, "You know what, Max? If you want a name, you can have it." And I said, "That's a great name for me, and it fits what I'm doing very well because I'm trying to also like bring back the crunchiness of a system and the roleplay element, right? So I'm trying to mix two things together. So like that's perfect for that, right? The Bastard Sword." And I'm thinking also like renaming the GM to the Bastard. I don't know if it's too tacky.
And just no one on Twitch can stream it.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck them. But yeah, so it's actually Bear the Gen X GM that gave me that name.
Yeah.
So it's very nice.
Man, just like in the min-max sense, duty has the ones that I have already.
Yeah, but something maybe also like it's a good opportunity to round up something you're missing.
Yeah. I'm more thinking about rounding off the concept, though.
Yeah, you're right. At some point, like we were talking about that before he gave me the name. We were talking about that because you say, you know what, the bastard. I think bastard is a good name. I don't know if it's really right for the game I'm doing. And he said the name you have for your game is not right. So at some point, that's why, like a few months later or a few weeks later, maybe he said, you know what, take bastard sword. And now like he's going back to the game. Actually, was he's going back to the game that he was working on while he was calling it bastard sword. But now he's calling this game Valorous, and I think that fits very well for Bear because like
It's like
his
heroic.
other game that he released is Heroic. So now he's gonna have Heroic and Valorous, and it goes very well with also what it's trying to do with the game, right? What it's trying to promote. So you can also look up to that.
I went with duty.
Duty.
Yeah. So
All right.
almost done putting that in. Crafting. I have some laboring I can do now. Detect motive. Boom. 30. Heraldry. Ego.
Promoting bastardry.
Resist pain.
In a sense. Not having children out of wedlock.
And I'm gonna go ahead and take. What do you do with a logic skill, man? What am I doing with logic?
That's if you're trying to like trying to figure stuff out, right? And you're kind of stumped and you can make a roll and the GM's gonna drop you in, right? Stuff like that, right? Or just like
Yeah. I don't want you
kind of
to
like
do that ever.
Yeah.
But I don't want to
You
be bad at logic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a skill I want my character to have, but I never want to use.
But it's also like you this kind of the kind of skill you can also like when you want to do something, you can just roll and then describe your action or your speech in function of your role, stuff like that, right? You can flavor your own like
It's true.
Yeah.
If I was a good role player, that's what I would do.
That'd be
or I could just take +6 on detect motive.
Yeah. Logic is based on a wisdom and erudition, I think, if I remember correctly. No,
Okay.
just wisdom. It's just wisdom.
Is it wisdom?
Yes, wisdom, logic.
Okay, I did it.
Yeah.
I dumped it in detect motive, obviously.
All right. So now, what you can do is maybe you should share your screen. With
share my sheet.
Yeah. Let me remove this one, and then we're gonna convert your skill. Bam. No, can you zoom on that a bit?
No, that's it. Enjoy.
Right. I'm sitting very far from my screen.
All right, you gotta scoot up.
So if you go on the left a bit, on the right, I mean.
Whoop. It's probably too big.
Yeah, it's a bit big now. That's good. That's readable.
Okay.
Okay, if you you can just look at the first column there in the new rank, right? Current rank. No, the one next to that. Yes, this one. Okay. So skill that have like 3 XP, they're gonna have a rank of 1, 9 gonna have a rank of 2, 18 is gonna have a rank of 3, 30 is gonna have a rank of 4, and so forth, right? 45 to have a rank of 5. I don't think you're gonna have anything above that, right?
Over 45?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, do you have something over 63?
No, I don't have any 63s.
All right.
Check out this brawl though.
Oh man, you're quite the brawler. So now, you put everything in the.
Sorry. Why
No,
did it
that's
get
okay.
big? Why would it get big like that?
There's like a next to the skill. There's 2 columns, right? So you
Yeah,
use the
I use the
the
right
one.
hand for the XP.
Yeah. So use the other one for the rank, right? So now you
Okay.
can just go through them
Okay.
and
We'll come over here. We'll just do this side. All right. So I got
right.
19 ego.
Yeah.
So
So
that
now
puts it 3.
yeah, 3, and you have 1 left over, right? So that's also something like I figure out. You start with uneven skill. Like you start with skill that are close to going to sometimes you're gonna have a skill that are close to leveling up, and I like that, to be honest.
All right. So I make this 1.
Yeah,
Okay. Then
and then
resist
that's gonna be
exposure. It's gonna be
0, and the other one is gonna be 2. Yeah,
2, 1. It's gonna be 3, 2.
brawling and uncontrollable rage would have been an interesting combination. Yeah. But that's also like a change the character quite a bit if you want to do like the coordinate trick and stuff like that. Being like very like it types your character, right? Say something about the character. Just saw the comment that'd be that simulator. Yeah, with the brawling and uncontrollable rage.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I guess the deadbeat dad is not there, so that doesn't matter, right? That's like more like the abusive dad.
Okay. So what's with the current rank?
I don't worry about that. That's
Okay.
something
So
I was
that's
working.
later. That's some
No,
other
no,
time.
it's that's something for me. I was when I was working on to figure out some stuff.
Oh, I see. It's doing
Yeah,
like the math for you.
yeah.
Okay. Got it. All right. Reflex. It's going to be 1,
Yeah. 3 left over.
4. 1.
So you are quite a competent character, right? That's what I was trying to get to, right? You have a little bit of skill
Yeah.
here and there.
This is way better than the last time.
Yeah,
Feels like I have stuff.
yeah.
Was that 9?
And you feel like your character, like you kind of know who he is, right? You got some history. You got some,
Yeah, for sure.
even though like obviously because now not all the options are expanded upon. Like it's limited, and you couldn't do everything you wanted to. But
He is definitely embracing what he is. I don't know what I'm saying. All right, so that's 3. That's 3.
yes, 3 and 1 and 3.
51 gets me 5 and 6.
Yeah. So you're quite the brawler, actually.
Heck yeah.
That's something like you would be known for, right? That's something like you would be like. You're quite dangerous with the dagger. You kind of mix
18, 3.
Yes.
I min-maxed it a bit.
Yeah.
That'd be 2 and 6.
Yes.
Okay, and what about here? Is it the same?
Yes.
Okay, so 14 gets me a 2.
Yeah.
5.
So you're not
This
super
is
dexterous.
3.
You're not super agile.
No, 3 and 5 as well.
Oh, that's because you're missing an eye, actually.
Oh, yeah.
You lost some agility there.
Lost some agility from the eye thing.
Yeah.
Call it the eye thing. It's 3 left. Erudition is 3 and 7. Persona is 5.
5.
Hell yeah.
So you're big personality too.
That's why I almost went hedonism too.
Yeah. Oh, that's so you only miss 1 point to a raise in wisdom.
You love that.
Yeah,
You love that. It's gonna be 11.
I think it's cool because it's like it gives the feeling that your character like is not coming out from nowhere, right?
Yeah, I like that I have 4 strength and 5 persona.
Yeah. So you would still roll d6 when you're brawling.
Oh yeah, let's talk about attributes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm rolling a d6. Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
because
because
I'm adding.
it's agility and strength.
Uh,
So that gives you a 6.
so I need 4 more agility XP.
Yeah.
Yeah. Current rank 2. To go
No,
through.
you only need a yeah, 4 more. Sorry, I didn't see well. Yep.
Is it are you missing an eye? Because I am.
Well, I have like an eye that doesn't see well. My left eye doesn't barely see anything.
At least be thankful you have that eye.
Yeah. And the other step, like the worksheet, like I should have added like a place to put the skill family, because the last step would be, well, not the last step, but like the next step for the skill, because also then you need to the virtue, but then like you need to transfer like your convert your skill into skill family. So like your
Right.
acumen, right?
Yeah. So I have 1 acumen.
Yeah, you would have 1 acumen,
And then 1 appraise,
and
1 tactics.
yeah, and logic will be back to 0. So if you were transferring that to your character sheet, that's what you would do.
So when you're talking about over here, you add your family rank.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
So and then you would need to do your virtue. Make sure your virtue like fit your
Do you want me to do my family stuff?
no.
Okay.
No.
Virtues.
You can wrap it up. And then the virtue, then that would give you like the limit you can go through, but then there's some rules that you have to follow. That they cannot be
My
the
pride
two.
is very strange. Right?
Yeah, but that means it gives you option, right, for where you want to go, right? But because your persona is so high, actually, you could have like a lot of like, you remember like in the character sheet, you have like, in the virtue track, you have like those middle circle that you can exclude, that you don't have to fill,
Yeah.
and those are based on your persona.
Oh, nice.
And because your persona is 5, you could exclude those 5 circle from what is your wisdom?
3.
So you can have, and that the wisdom limit how far you can go on one side of the track. So you could have like your basically you could have like your pride. You can go through your pride pretty fast, which is a good thing, right? Because you
Oh,
could
we
exclude
had
those
a
all.
long conversation about that. I remember now. How
Yeah.
I thought that you had it backwards, how wisdom should take the center and persona should take the
Yeah.
the outside.
Yeah, but like anyway, that's that would be like in the final finishing touch.
Yeah.
So what do you think of it
That was awesome.
overall? You liked it?
It's the best life path I've ever done. It's not even close. I keep thinking never mind.
What?
No, it's like, you know how when you're looking at things that you're presenting in StreamYard and you think that that's the window that's real?
Oh yeah.
My cursor's on it too, so it's even more confusing.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So that's what I've been working on, and to be honest, I like how it goes so far, right?
Mhm.
I like I think 24 point also give you like a good give you a lot of room to choose different options, different life event, and might force you to take some some scar and trauma. I think the scars trauma are getting to be pretty cool too. That's something like I struggle to get right, and I like where I'm going now with that. What do you think?
I agree. I think it's awesome. The one I wish that the uh, catalyst
Yeah.
was more robust. I guess I don't know what I want from the catalyst. Just feels like a little pigeonholey. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't
No.
tell which one fit. I was like,
Oh
which one
yeah,
of these is really
but also like I think also like the fact that I didn't expend that much on them, so you had very limited option. That probably
yeah
didn't help. But you couldn't
yeah
tell which
that's what
one would fit.
yeah it's fine. It kind of made me think about how it would fit, which I guess is like fair for a catalyst. You know what I mean? Like you don't
Yeah, but you understand like what I'm trying
plan.
to do. Like it's the catalyst is like you understand what I'm trying to get with with this step, right? Be-
Maybe. What are you trying to get with this stuff?
it's like
I can understand
what
what it
changed.
is.
It's like what changed in your life
Yeah,
that make it now worthwhile for your character to be a character that we're gonna role play, basically.
right. It's a call to adventure sort of thing.
Basically, that's what it is. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. What make it so that that now all of a sudden, like now it's all of a sudden it's an interesting time of this character life that we're gonna look upon, right?
right. What was the start? So the start was almost like a genre,
Yes.
like a
The
tone,
premise.
sort of. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
kind of like it's interesting how it bookends. You know, what I mean? How it bookends the creation of the character.
Yeah. Yeah. And I wanted the motivation to be the last thing, and motivation have no cost, just to give you the freedom that because that's gonna impact like oh that should impact how you're gonna roleplay your character, right?
Mhm.
So I wanted to give you the freedom for that. Uh,
Yeah.
and
So
last little
on that first one, um, where we were picking daggers and thrones or whatever I picked,
yeah.
uh, do you think that should be like a GM choice?
Yes,
A
it is.
bastard's choice?
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Or a bastard sword, or like a group choice.
Yeah, session zero choice.
Session zero choice, right? It's like
Yeah. I guess
so
it's all session zero, but you know what I'm saying.
yeah. Well, yes, but like because that's something that affect the whole party, right? That's the premise you pick, or the setting and premise.
Yeah.
That's the same for everybody at the table, right? Every
Right.
character has the same premise. So yeah, like you said, it's like in Traveler when they put it as the last step, but
Yeah.
I want to front load it
I think it's better front loaded. For sure.
because then you can all pick
That's
like
what we do, right?
yes, and then you because then also you can make your character in with that in mind, right?
Now, I think it might get a little tricky with the um with the catalyst though, because everyone's gonna not everyone's gonna have the same catalyst. So it's kind of you kind of have to make it work anyways. Maybe.
But they're
I guess once you have the premise figured out, you can just be like, this is the catalyst that works. So it's probably not hard.
well, they're I think they're vague enough. I'm
Yeah.
trying to make them vague enough that they can kind of fit different situations and you can kind of interpret them in a you know
Yep.
in different way. Uh,
I think that I was just like I figured out what I wanted my character to be. And I was like, why am I back? I don't know. But I guess like the main reason was because I couldn't pick Civil War. I think that's the main issue I had because
yes,
you hadn't actually
yeah,
created it.
yeah,
Civil War would have been fine with my concept. It would have been perfect. So
yeah.
I'm just,
Like I said,
I think
that's what I think as well.
yeah, that's what I'm complaining about. It's just that it's not complete yet, and that'll
If
happen
like
soon.
yeah, if I like there's a bunch of things too, right? Just like
Yeah,
it's also like if you were because you also made a character that the premise is Throne and Dagger, and you make this knight character that has a lot of like persuasion and intrigue skill, so you would be kind of at home in that premise already, right? So you
Yeah.
maybe don't need a catalyst so much.
But he kind of does, because he spends like his whole life as a knight, or his whole adult life as a
Yeah.
knight.
And now
Like, why are
and
you
now like
back?
but also, well, now you can, why are you motivated now to do this court and trig stuff, right? Why don't you just want to like
Right.
do your daily life? Like now
Right.
you have like you need this thing that push you, right? And so, well, for some reason you lost a lot of your money, so now like you're,
Yeah.
you know, and
That kind of
it's
fits in. If I did go broke, that kind of fits into the whole returning home as a hedonist too.
yeah.
So
Oh
it's
yeah, shit with the hedonist.
like a prodigal son type
Hmm.
storyline. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, and that's also why, like, you know, I try not to. I don't want to. Sometimes I don't do like the. I don't try not to over explain them, right? Tripling
Right.
that, like, I don't have, because like I want you to be able to
Expand,
interpret them.
expand on it like a
Yeah,
keyword. Yeah,
yeah,
I agree. That's good.
yeah. Only 7 catalysts. Oh, I have the same reason for leaving an old life for adventure. Well, I'm gonna have, well, some time, right? It's if like because some of them like are disaster, right? So a disaster could have impacted multiple people in the same way, right? Same thing with civil war, or just war, stuff like that, banditry. A lot of them could impact a lot of people. So it doesn't matter if you have the same catalyst, right? You could have two character that, well, we have to go do this thing now because of this war or whatever. So there's gonna be more that is gonna come,
Yeah,
more occupation, more origin, uh and more of everything,
there's
basically.
potentially a desert
More.
goblin, but guys, don't
Yes.
worry.
Yeah, at some point it's gonna be the other race as well.
Yeah.
The troll is gonna be weird because of what they
How do
are.
you view trolls?
They're the troll, or they might have like their own kind of path, because they're trolls are not sexual being. They don't reproduce,
That's strange. I
right?
usually thought of them as sexual beings. That's how I
I'm
usually
going on
think of
different
trolls.
direction. I'm going a different direction just to avoid the weirdo that they don't
I,
reproduce. Like there was like a number of troll, and they're immortal basically. They always regenerate,
that's
but
cool.
when they when they get a lot of injury, their agility goes down, and when the agility goes to 0, they turn back into stone, and they're gonna remain into stone form, like a big boulder,
Hmm.
for some time, right? And nobody exactly know how long or why. At some point they reawaken, but then at some point they reawaken,
Yeah.
like the big boulder kind of crumble, and a slightly smaller troll come out
Oh, that's cool.
with some of the memory kind of like lost and stuff like that, stuff forgotten. So
And
there was
immediately
a
they
number of
become
troll at
sexual beings.
what?
They become sexual beings immediately
No,
after.
because like there was like when
They'll
the when the
say,
when the species was created, right? There
Mhm.
was an there's always the same number of troll, right? Sometimes like they can be more or like in dormant state,
Okay.
but there's never gonna be more troll or less troll. And at some point when they were like a long time ago, they were much bigger, and now like over time, because of this process that they turn back into boulder, and then like the boulder crumble at some point, and the troll reawaken inside of that, it's slightly smaller,
That's
and kind
interesting.
of reform.
So
So they now like,
what happens when you smash them to bits?
well, they're gonna turn to boulder, and then like come back to a smaller one, I guess.
I'm saying, like, you got a big war hammer
Yeah.
and a
Oh yeah, yeah.
chisel. You got a chisel out.
There's also like this thing that they 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 try to they can kind of sense each other, and they have this thing that they, because then it would just be like a pile of rubble,
Yeah.
because they're basically like made of stone, right? And the trolls, they try to gather the other trolls and bring them back. So if a troll get turned back to stone, right, in a city, other trolls gonna come back and try to pick it up and bring it back to a more suitable environment where it can reawaken. So there's this thing as well, right? They have like kind of like this
It's like a gathering squad
yeah,
that runs around.
yeah, so the troll can reawaken. And if not, sometime at some point the city's gonna fall and it's gonna become deserted, and then the troll will reawaken then, right?
I
But
guess. I feel
there
like
might be, and there's a lot of things like there are a lot of things that are unknown, right? There might be some troll that are like permanently destroyed or cannot reawaken anymore.
okay.
But some stuff is the process is not very well understood.
Are there any extra tiny ones? They're like put them in your pocket.
Pocket troll,
Pocket troll.
sure, why not?
I
I don't know if
think-
you'll be able to play them.
I want to play pocket troll.
Yeah, like a pixie, right? It's pixie-sized troll.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I think I'd be
but
really focused around not being around people.
yeah,
Because it's like I really don't want them to smash my boulder.
yeah, they sometimes like some of them like will work with people, but mostly in remote place. They're not like you're not gonna see them usually in city and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Uh, and they cannot be original from a city or like they're wilderness kind of people, but they're
Yeah.
sapient.
They're monsters.
They're sapient, so
sapient.
they're
Sentient.
yeah. So they're playable, but also that's something that I like. I don't recommend like doing those mixed groups.
I bet it
right?
takes a lot of snowflake points to be a troll.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically all you are.
Yeah.
That's your character. You're a troll.
You're a troll and you're 16.
Yeah. Well,
You're immortal. You're like, who
you're
knows how
moral.
old you are.
Exactly. But technically, like you reawaken, you recently reawakened troll,
Right on.
and then you can be huge, large, medium, small, or tiny, right?
I think I'm leaning more towards the hedonist on this character, just so everyone's aware.
Oh, you pick duty, but you want to, yeah,
If I were to play this character,
yeah.
I'd swap out that duty for hedonist. I sold myself on it with the debt thing. Anyways,
Hedonist, you would get some more art. You could boost your dancing, acrobatic, folklore. Yeah.
brawl.
No, you don't get brawl, hedonist.
Okay. I feel like
Oh,
trust me, I get brawl.
we'll get
I love
brawl.
I love my guy. He's so shanky.
Yeah.
He loves to shank.
Yeah, like I said, like you're a big personality
Yeah.
and
Three
very dangerous with a
languages.
knife.
4 detect motive. Okay, so real quick, what does the attribute do? What does the skill do? So I can know how these dice pools are going to be looking.
What are you asking?
Okay, so detect motive, that was persona wisdom.
Yes.
So I have 8. So that means
So
I'm
you
rolling
rolled-
d8s.
Yes.
And I'm going to roll 4 of them because I have a 4 in
5.
detect motive. Always
5
get
because
1.
you always get 1 on top
Okay.
of it.
And
So
then
the skill value is 0, you roll 1.
are you still doing D4s malice? D4s?
Yes.
That are D2s, really?
Well, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Did I watch Gremlin recently? No, I didn't. Why? What do you do in this game? You well, it
This one
depends.
specifically, you
Yeah.
play as a knight who has
Yeah.
returned home and is going to be trained as an assassin. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Although he has a 2 agility, probably shouldn't train a one-eyed assassin.
Well, you also you might know something about poison though.
I might. Do I?
Yeah.
I have a 2 alchemy. Look at that.
Oh yeah, it's not too bad.
Okay.
But you have lower erudition though, and alchemy is based on erudition.
Is it erudition?
Yes. So you roll d6, not too bad.
3d6
Yep.
on my alchemy checks.
And in the premise of that game, it was said that it was like a throne and dagger game. So
yeah.
Exile could be for other reason. Yeah.
Also, I'm trying to gain as much pleasure as possible.
Yeah. So that's well.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you can do some poetry.
And I'm sewing as well.
How do you get
when
sewing?
needed.
Where do you get sewing?
I don't know why I have sewing. How did I get that?
I have no idea. What step did give you some sewing?
I don't know. I probably cheated to get extra sewing.
Maybe when you were like I don't know.
I don't remember.
Adopted?
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. They force you to do
so
yeah, it's the Cinderella kind of trope, right?
Yeah. That makes sense. I was like, I'm not really good at this. You will be.
No, it's not. It's not that. It's not there. It's not there that you gained it.
I cheated.
I have no clue where you got that.
I wanted extra sewing.
3 extra experience and
probably just because I don't even know why I have woodworking.
I don't remember either.
I don't know why I have those. I do remember getting laboring. I vaguely remember getting woodworking. Maybe from like Northman.
Yes.
Yeah. Highlander. I think he's a woodworker. 2 dice on the poetry. Let's go. 3 dice.
I should rename sewing to a tailoring.
Yeah.
Be a better name. Feel less silly.
Then you could just be like, from across the room, can I
hand that eye patch?
That's right. I sewed my own. It's actually a crochet eye patch.
There's an excellent short film called Troll Bridge. I highly recommend.
I saw a movie about trolls.
Oh, I think I saw
it. Troll Hunter. You ever seen Troll Hunter? It's like a foreign film, and by that I mean not American.
I don't think I saw it. No.
Yeah.
But I don't watch a lot of movie.
Well, there's trolls in it, and they're big.
All right. Yeah.
I wish my insult was higher. Anyways.
Oh, crippling debt. That give you some sewing.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you got poor, so you have to fix your own clothes. Yeah, it makes sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
I didn't steal it.
Yeah.
Good for me. I can't hold my breath.
Tell a story. No.
Don't ask me to. I'm in the desert, so.
Yeah. Oh, Troll Hunter is Norwegian? Nice.
Yeah.
Also, that's the thing too, right? If you want to like learn to be stealthy, all you have to do is to try to be stealthy. Because every time you use the skill, you can put an experience point in it.
I go crouch down.
Yeah, you just all of a sudden like you just go around the castle trying to surprise people.
Yeah.
Boo! That's oh, you heard me coming? Oh no.
Yeah, I like sneaking in on ladies. And they're like, oh my word. I'd be like, sorry, I'm a hedonist. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
But you have this big persona, so
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so crazy.
The old warrior in Troll Bridge is an eye patch. There you go. An eye patch is pretty cool.
I have one.
Yeah.
It's why it's made me into a hedonist also.
Yeah.
I'm already checked out. This life's a do-over. I'm just gonna get those. I'm just gonna be a hedonist now.
All right, I'm glad if you think I'm on the right path.
Yeah,
I'm
man,
gonna
this
keep
is
working on
really
that.
awesome. And
Yeah.
I think that the skills are pretty appropriately powerful. I think this is an appropriately powerful character.
Yeah.
You said that my brawling is like super good,
Yes.
but I put a lot into it. Like
You're
most,
kind of making min max for it, and that's all right.
yeah, you should be able to min max one of these.
Yeah.
I got a good detect motive. That was the other one I was trying to max out.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah, I
did.
mean, few skill here and there, right? And you feel like you got some live
And
experience.
I feel
You're
like
not like
the attribute spread is really
yeah.
good. One bad one good one, and one extra good one.
Yeah.
It's a great balance.
Yeah.
I don't know how good these virtues are. Do you think that's a good spread there? Probably.
I think that looked decent, right? It wouldn't be like just your pride would be like you kind of like you have this weird thing, like you're well balanced, right? In a sense, right?
Mhm.
So you can be humble when you need to, you can be vain, dignified when you need to.
I'm a chameleon.
Yep. Which fit with your big personality.
Yeah.
With
It's like
your big
a noble chameleon too. Like I
yeah.
know when I should be in my place, and I know when I should be
And
over
it fit also with,
others.
you've been adopted, right? But you're noble, you work as a knight, but also you've got a lot of debt, right? So it goes with your life experience that you got a lot of all those things
Yeah.
going on.
This is the other reason I was thinking hedonist, because
Sacrilegious.
the
It was
sacrilegious.
just one.
It's just one, but it bothers me so much. And
Already?
Yeah.
A bit devious.
I think it's because I'm a desert man or something. I don't remember. Why I have it.
Yes, that's what it is.
City
And you're
guy.
human.
Yeah.
Desert men and human. The I men get devious. All
Oh,
I men are all human are a bit devious.
all humans get devious. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the baseline.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, linguistic tree, but different language. Yeah, there's some there's something
Where
about
is
like
it? Is it in knowledge? Yeah, it's right here.
yeah. I have some idea about how I'm gonna deal with linguistic, like what it means, right? I'm gonna explain it at some point, but I didn't like delve too deep into that yet, right? That's kind of like the thing that I have to do. Like it's probably like either you're gonna know.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Go ahead. Finish your thought. I'm sorry.
It's either you're gonna know like a few language to a basic level, or an extra language that you know very well, and then there's like if you try to understand like a language from a similar family, you can the difficulty is not as hard, stuff like that, right? Like if I try
recognizing a language.
yeah, like for a guy like me, if I try to read Italian, right, I can pretty much get it, right? At least I know like what it's about and stuff like that, right? I might miss some what?
It's a lot of this.
Yeah, exactly.
I see.
Yeah. Like even though I don't speak Italian, but because I speak French and I speak Portuguese and I learn Latin in school, and so if I'm presented with an Italian text, I kind of get what it's about, right? With like I never learned Spanish, but when I'm in Spain, when I was in Spain, I can kind of get around and have like make educated guess that are correct enough that I get understood, right?
Yeah, I feel like Portuguese goes a long way.
Yeah, Portuguese and Latin, yeah, and French, right? It's
Yeah.
like they're all like in the same language family. So
Like I got both of the bordering countries. Spain. Can you fucking meet me halfway here?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Come on now.
Come on, Spain.
But yeah,
also pretty good with a sword. Like, watch out.
yeah. Well, you're a knight after all, right?
I mean, I'm a knight.
Yeah. How old did you finish? You're like 21?
21, a young 21.
A young 21, very dangerous with knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad I ended up with 2 persuasion. I was worried I was neglecting. It's not great, but it's not nothing.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Like
thank you, Phil,
everything I'm looking at makes me think this character. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's awesome. Every choice I made has organically created this mix of skills that totally reflect what I wanted. So I think you did a great job so far.
all right. All right. I'm glad if you think so. And I think, like, now we obviously we spend a lot of time doing that
Mhm.
because we're also, like, I'm talking through it and we're joking a bit and we're interacting with the chat and I'm explaining what I'm doing stuff. I think you could make a character much faster once you know what you're doing and stuff like that, right? It's like,
I think it's a good simulation for making like 3 characters at once too. You know what I mean?
yeah. If you're a party, you mean,
Like
like
if you're
everybody, like,
doing everyone at the same time or something.
yeah, because also I always at this time, like, I'm gonna pick the place I put my stuff in, right? And
Yeah.
uh, you have like a little time when you make decision, but
We certainly took longer than we needed to, but
oh
so,
yeah.
of course.
Yeah. And also, like, the first time you do one also, right, it's always gonna take longer as well. Like,
Yeah.
when I
Because
when I when I
after I did it that time, I'm like thinking about all these other
yeah
things that would be kind of
yeah
cool.
like when I'm making one, like, to test, right,
Yeah.
without like trying to really speed run it, right, just like doing that while I'm watching on YouTube instead, like I'm gonna make it like in 15 minutes, right, something like that.
I'm gonna pull up the website and I'm gonna search for the word falconry, and then that's the character I'm making.
Yeah, you're gonna try to falconry, only three appearance.
Oof.
Yeah,
I gotta get him.
yeah. If you come from a rich city, you would get
Yeah.
some more falconry.
There you
Yeah.
go.
If you're Iman, a noble Iman, you get some falconry, which you got. And
I'm a noble
oh,
Hyman.
there's a life event,
Oh, I did get it.
a social life event that your change of status. So if your status went up, you
Oh.
would. But those are in the one that I didn't like. This is an old thing that I didn't really work with. Like, so it's an old system that I didn't like. So it wasn't this available now. But then if your family got bestowed nobility, then you get some falconry. But it's gonna be
Right
more.
on.
Yeah.
There's got to be a animal husbandry guy.
Yes, there's gonna be like that's gonna be like, and a falconer and stuff like that, right? Like, how come the hunter doesn't get
Hunters.
falconry?
Yeah, like a good hunter.
The hunter doesn't get it. What does he get? The hunter, you get training animal handling.
I feel like he
Rope
should
work.
have like a sub.
Yeah, yeah. There's probably like hunter might be too wide. There might be like some different.
Well, the same way with knight, right? It's like he's got squire, bachelor.
Yeah. Well, those are all like level, like the hunter got like beater, tracker, or stalker, right? This is the name of his level of mastery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But maybe it should be like a falconer occupation, or like it's a very specialized type of hunting, right?
Well, I gotta go here, Max.
Well, I gotta go too. We think it's a good time to wrap that up. We gotta wrap that up like half an hour earlier, I guess. But it's good talking to you, man. Hey,
It's good talking to you too. We should
Well, the
get a
cat's gonna
stream
kill you.
going where I'm gonna planning on making a video more expanding on my ideas for things, many different things.
Yeah, and we can have like this talk too. Let me know when you want, if you want to, when you want to have a talk, right? You have an interesting idea that we should explore. Talk about that.
I will.
All right. So thank you, Phil, for joining me. Thank you, Phil, from humoring me going through that, and thank you for people that join live and that sat through that, and thank you for the people that are gonna watch on the replay. What am I forgetting? That's it.
You forgot to thank LSG Dean specifically.
Oh yeah. Well, not only him, but also my trumpet has been struck by
Oh
lightning,
yes, all of
and
your
Daryl Eret for the super chat. Very generous of you, guy. Like I always say, it's appreciated but not needed. Not necessary, but it is appreciated. I'm not gonna lie, right? So next time I'm beyond, I think is gonna be on next Saturday. I don't have anything. Well, maybe this week. Maybe this week gonna have a stream together, and then it's gonna be like next Saturday with the Lich game coming back for the next session.
I'm gonna be playing in a no prep challenge with some newbies.
Interesting.
On Wednesday.
On Wednesday, I'll watch that, man. Yeah. Great.
Don't know how that's gonna work with our current technological issues.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it happens. We'll see. It might be me OBSing Discord.
I might
we'll see.
Don't go right away. I'll talk to you off stream about something.
I gotta go.
Do you have like 2 minutes?
I could.
I'm just
maybe.
All right. Bye, guys. I'm ending the stream now, so I can have 2 minutes talking to
Bye.
Phil. Bye.
God bless.